Hello, we're back. So, yeah, it's been, I don't know how long, dude, almost a week since my last stream, but we're here, ready to play some NASCAR 25, and hopefully things don't break. There was an update since I last streamed, so I'm assuming it's gonna be better. So, being the spooky vibes here, we need to have like a different thing here. Where's my freaking my red? That's too bright. Where is my red? Or any type of... That's very bright. That's indeed very bright. Dim on. There's usually like a set. Oh, is it actually on the thing? I wanted to do a thing, and I should have done that before I streamed. That's awkward. Hello, chat. Hello, solo. Rugnet. Hello. I pinned your thing, like you said. So, Merry Christmas. In October, if I hit this. This is how I do. Oh, it's this. No. No. Those are just regular lights. I want my freaking random colors on my thing. These are just making it brighter. It's very bright. Oh my lord. Hello, chat. It's really fucking bright. Stop. Stop. It's way too bright. I have like three buttons that do... 4 buttons technically. This button does the same. This button does the same. This button does the same thing. This button does the same. Why do I have like 6 buttons that do the same thing right now? Hello? I wanted it red. I wanted it red to reflect anger. And I can't do that. Hello? Why do I have so many buttons that do the same thing right now? That's... This is quite a tragedy right now that I'm looking at. That literally, I have like 3 buttons that, like 7 different buttons that do the same thing. I'm just ready for something stupid to happen today in this game, I'll tell you what. There's been an update since I last streamed this game, so I'm assuming it's better, but no idea. I tried a Talladega race last night, 25% 4 times wear, 5% rec frequency. They only wrecked once, so I'm curious if the rec frequency is just this is going to be the thing going forward. I look really crispy right now. I mean, on my screen, I look really freaking good. Like, I would date me at this point. But I really like just how this looks. But yeah, I mentioned in my thing, who is going to be my #1 fan today? The top fan thing, just whether that's in chats or super chats or whatever, because I guess that factors that in too, but like, we'll see. Hello, Turquoise Hawk. Thank you for watching. This is early. Kurt's 2013 flip. Maybe. Maybe we'll freaking see. I still remember that flip. Because I remember people at the time being like amazed, like, oh, that's what the Gen 6 car looks underneath. People were amazed by that. I remember watching that race live, and I remember being very confused for like a good week that David Reagan won it. Because I just couldn't comprehend it. So, yeah, we're back to the Sunday streams of this before the race, even though we should really get on it because we're running out of time here. We only got like 2 hours, but hello, chat. Go to all live chat so I see everything properly. I made a poll who's gonna flip in race today. So, this is blocking my chat. I have to close the poll. Did I just actually close the fucking poll? Why? I just don't want to see chat. Okay, it didn't actually. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're good. Just on my end, it said close poll, and it's just like, okay, I thought I actually showed it. Logano flipped 4 years ago. When did Logano ever flip? I like the music though. I'm so happy I have this music too. Love Raincoat. Yeah, let's just get into it. Sorry, I'm being old man here. We can't be like Michael Mertz and talk for 10 minutes. Well, he talked for like 40 minutes. But yeah, let's get into it. Talladega. I'm gonna mute my music here. pump this back up. There we go. I'm getting used to the format of how I stream. So Talladega, obviously, who am I racing as? Justin Allgaier. I mean, why not? I mean, I like Allgaier, and I like this paint scheme. I raced his Truex recently. I feel like Allgaier is just a good bet. So Talladega will run the Yellowwood. Here's our general settings. So, again, it's nothing really different. I put at 2% for the thumbnail real quick, but normal everything. Black flags will have off. Yellow flags will put that to strict. Multiple stages. It actually resets a lot of this if I go back down. So, good thing I'm looking at this now. AI up to 105. Skill range. Since it's a cup race, we're going to put that down to like 20. Incident frequency, I think, is fixed. Thank God, because I did a 25% race at Talladega, like I was saying, 4 times wear with incident frequency to 5, and they only had 1 AI yellow. So maybe it's fixed. I heard an update, so they might have been right. If that's the case, then maybe we're not going to have, like, 20 wrecks or something. And Ryan Mooney's stream at Atlanta, he mentioned in his description there was 26 yellows. I don't know what his settings were. If that was set to 5 or even 50, that's still a fuck ton. So, a fudge ton, sorry. Bad word me. Get out the paddle. You need to be spanked for that. Yeah, we're going to bump that to 10. See what that does. And we'll go from there. I mean, it's Talladega. Do I really need practice? What if I left a comment about your latest career? A video about the slow start compared to the AI. There was somebody left a comment, but I didn't know that was you. Let me look at that. I thought it was somebody else. Somebody did mention that. And they were mentioning that I had the controls to need to switch it to normal, which it is on normal. Maybe they mean precision, but precision driving model really feels awful. It's really like twitchy, and I don't like it. So do I go to custom? But what would I even switch under custom? Reduce dampening. That's speed insensitive non-linear. Effect sensitive, your car's forces speed edges. Increasing this value will cause reduction in the turning force. That's just about turning force. I need something about gear shit. Change it to custom. Would that fix it? If that's the case, then if it fixes that, then I'm good to know. But I know somebody mentioned it. Can my phone stop blooping here? I'm trying to stream. What is my phone? It better not be a notification for my own stream. David Fig Newtons always has something to message me about, and I appreciate it. Quarterly ESF is coming. Oh, that's fucking terrifying. A lot of the same old. You wash your hands. Smoke outside. I don't smoke. A lot of it's just common sense stuff, but yeah, work things. Who's your favorite Xfinity driver? Justin Allgaier. Do you see who I'm driving as? I'm driving as the fudging goat. Hold on, let me see. Throttle. Then, okay, thank you, Turquoise. We'll see if that. I mean, it's Talladega. I don't know if it's gonna help that much here. I didn't really know. I've had it on normal, and I never really noticed anything there. So I guess we'll see. Change it to custom. Yeah, go down to throttle, and then go to overshoot, and you can change it. Overshoot. And go to 80. Like 75, 80. Go to 80. I guess. Okay. Decreasing this value will align the maximum amount of physical throttle input and maximal throttle. Fuck it, we'll try it. Maybe we'll do like a quick mini race at like Phoenix, because I know Phoenix we always get horrible starts at Phoenix, so we'll see if that helps. You met him at Portland. What if I met Justin Allgaier in 2015? So ain't gonna one up on me, sonny boy. I met him in 2015 at Talladega. I fucking fudging Pocono. The man is short. Yeah, let's double check our settings here. I think we got everything pretty good. This race should go by pretty quick, I'm assuming. Now, Real Radman, I think, said he put his rec frequency to 20. I'm scared to go 20. I don't know what that means in terms of, like, rec frequency. I don't want them crashing 15 times in this race. Ideally, this game doesn't like to do green flag pit stops very well, where you lose a bunch of times. So I think 10 would be pretty good. So, yeah, I think we're going to leave everything as is. I think that's going to be good. Did I... Again, since there's a career mode tab, is that... Okay, that's what I was looking at. Okay, we're my old man brain's getting in here. You always mean Allgaier Dover. What manufacturer wins today? Probably Ford. Some kind of Ford. Maybe Logano wins so he gets in the Final Four, and then we can all just hate it. I hope he wins the championship just so we get, we can start comparing him to Jeff Gordon. I think that's a good narrative to push. Because, why not? I mean, budget, who cares anymore? Let's go to frickin' transform here. Edit transform. I need to change the left. I need to be more cropped on the left. That's a lot. There we go. That's a little more croppy. There we go. Yeah, I'm rooting for Logano. I want maximum stupid. That's what I want. I'm ironically wanting that to happen. I really want something that stupid to occur. That's honestly what I want. Actually, since shit's getting real in this race, or it's going to be. I mean, why do I need this bathrobe? It's really... I guess a fun fact, when I sleep, I always have my air on. Really, I make it really cold. So, that's kind of one of my cardinal sins. I always try to sleep with the room being, like, really cold. So then I wake up and I'm really cold and I need more warmth. Yeah, we're gonna start last at Talladega. I mean, why qualify? And we're gonna see how stupid this game can get. So yeah, let's get into it. So one thing I noticed from just testing out the four times race, 25% 4 times wear record. Since that update, I didn't really notice anything stupid at this track. Like ridiculously stupid. So I think if that's fixed, then we are in really good shape. Look at 3.5 championships. Where's the 0.5 coming from? Are you factoring in 2015 maybe? That could have been his championship in a full season format if he just, didn't freaking drive Kenseth like an absolute ass. Regardless of Kenseth blocked or not, because that and brake checking at Talladega, people seem to forget that, like he did that at Talladega too. So, oh boy, that's a good start. It was a good start. You actually at Talladega for whatever reason, and at Indy for also. I have to throw in Indy as well. Or like the few tracks where you get a good, decent start. So I'm not going to be able to judge that setting adjustment until probably somewhere else. So 35 on the fuel. It actually is very clean cut to where it's just a one pit stop stage. This is going to be a really nice race or stream to do just because I can look at chat more because it's not such a freaking insanely demanding physical labor on the eyes, I should probably clarify. It should be pretty simple. Logano has more championships than Tony Stewart. If we're going by the 3.5 championships, then technically, yeah. Screw it. Let's have Logano have 4.5. Let's just round it up to 5. He gets a championship and a half. Wide extra championship and a half? Who cares? He'll have more than... Whatever. He's better than he isn't that a good water cooler talk. He's better than Bobby Allison. How about that? Let's start saying some stupid shit here. Yep. He's better than Bobby Allison. That makes me want to like die inside even saying that. I'm gonna get haunted. It's fitting because Talladega is always like cursed track or haunted. I mean, fitting to say something that haunted in this spooky time of year. Yeah, Logano has 7 championships. I mean, might as well. He better than Dale Earnhardt. That's a oof. Ooh, we're really saying some wild shit in chat now. That's disgusting. That makes me want to... I hate myself after even reading that. So one thing I noticed too, I guess it's a Talladega thing with this game, and I guess online, because I did some online, is you can't just be behind them and push. You have to do like the slam, let out the throttle, and then like get back or like a run on them and then slam them again. It's like a slam draft more than a bump draft, so that's interesting. Thankfully, the next race, wherever the hell they go to next, I don't know, they changed the frickin' playoffs so much anymore. I can't remember what tracks they frickin' do in each round now. Talladega, and then I have no idea. I was gonna say Kansas, but we're at Kansas. Wherever the hell the next race is. I know Martinsville's in one of them. Martinsville, yeah, I know Martinsville's one of them. That'll be an interesting one to do, because I have so little practice there. I know I'm going to probably suck. But, oh boy. Oh my god, is it freaking... No, it's not. It can't be Homestead. Wow, I'm really having a fucking fart attack. Fart attack? What? Ew. Fart attack. Why'd I say it? Why'd I word it like that? That was disgusting. Is Martinsville really next? Martinsville, then Phoenix. Wait. But what's the freaking final rank? Hold on. Hold on. My dumb ass can't freaking understand this. I can't even use freaking Opera GX because it doesn't handle freaking racing reference. I have to open up Firefox specifically just to look at racing reference. What the fuck next race is it? Well, let's look at this here. Okay, it's Talladega, Martinsville. Oh my god, we're already in the round of 8. I'm thinking this race is the start of the round of 8. Okay, it's Martinsville, then okay, never mind. I really okay, chat, you got me. You got me good there. Hello, Mr. Dale Reynolds. Joey Lano. Did I say Joey Lano? I mean, fucking might as well call him Joey Lano. Really gonna win with how this year, and we can't start saying this. Yeah, I think that's a good narrative to push. Jeff Gordon didn't win 4 championships in a playoff era. Joey Logano is going to. We really got a yellow already? Like, really? I bumped it up 1 click, and now we're just gonna start wrecking a lot. I mean, I'm staying out. I mean, nobody can make it on fuel to the end, so I'm gonna stay out. But thank you, chat. You got me. Yep, we're here today on the glorious day of October 19th. A NASCAR 25 video game at Talladega. 100%. This is definitely the one race I think chat should be really be talking up a storm, because there's, I mean, this is probably the one I could probably really keep up with chat a lot more here. I wish there was a caution replay to see like what happened, because I don't really know. And yeah, 105. It's weird to describe. It's difficult getting to the front, but once you're at the front and leading, it's really not that bad. And it's weird because it almost feels like the pace of the field slows down a lot, because you can just kind of run the bottom and be pretty okay. Like right now, I'm just on the top, actually holding my own pretty well. Martinsville is a season finale. Well, not with these cars. Not with how these cars drive, unless it's like how it was last year, I heard. So maybe. You ever plan to do an online host? I was thinking about that now that I got online, because JC wanted me to freaking run online. He started at like 6 p.m. I was like, I definitely won't be home at that point. I think I got home at like 7:30, 8, got done, and then Finished eating at 8:30. Then I got a shower. So I don't think I actually got back on fully till like 9:30, and I thought like, so then I saw like Disco Inferno stream, like he was streaming it, so I thought like, okay, I guess, and then he stopped streaming, so I was like, okay, I guess it's over now. And then I messaged JC at like sometime after 10, is like, and he's telling me it's still going. It's like, oh shit. I thought it was over. So I done fumbled that. I mean, I guess I still made it, but yeah. So I got that. So I got my PSN 1059 that I'm not getting back. I need to recoup that fund somehow. So yeah, I probably should do a live stream or something with that. Get some use out of it. So that'd be kind of nice. To roll that mustache. What? Do you mean that platonically or not? I'm getting scared. I keep the mustache just because it's probably the only thing on my entire face that keeps me looking not like I'm 20. I don't know. It helps. I only ever shave it if I get sick, because it's just, man, it's ew. It gets gross. Sneezing, and then you get the snots on the mustache. That's like, no, we're getting rid of that shit. I had like 2 months back to back where I was sick, and that was an absolute disaster. Usually when I get sick, it's like 5, 6, 7, 8 months later, then I get sick again. Not like back-to-back months. So that was not fun having like it 2 months in a row. It wasn't even like it's just like a cold that you have for, well, because I got on the vacation and it just really fucking sucked. I couldn't really have a day to just chill. So I really just had, it usually takes like a week for it to go away. Like a perfect like 7 days. This one took like 11 days because I never had a proper amount to rest. So that was awkward. You mean it platonically? Yes. Well, that's good. JC sometimes don't mean it platonically, and I get concerned. And that's what really becomes scary. Is that Bowman top 5? I just like how every time I do these races, you're always looking out for Bowman. In my off-camera race, Truex, it got really weird at the end. I'll say that much, because I might as well tell the story of that, since this is going to be a long race. So, in this 25% race, I only had really one yellow, so the rest of it went green. Green flag pit stops got very weird at the end, because it's like half the field, or like 8 cars took right sides, and then the rest of the field took 4. So you had like a pack of like 6 cars, and I was just pushing. We were like 9 seconds back with like 10 to go, and just pushing just to getting up like through the field. Then there were some people pitting again, and we went from about 9 seconds back to about 2.1 at the end. And at the end of the race, I think I got 7th, and there was only 6 cars in this lead pack. Truex was pushing me. It was literally shit that I wished would happen in a stream, because my heart was melting. Having my boy Truex push me in his like 50 plus 55 rated car, that's like 50 something rated car, 63. I don't know. His ratings are very low. And it was really wholesome. But I don't know if we're gonna get that same type of magic again. That might have been like a once in a lifetime thing. Bowman to the lead. Well, I'm glad you're happy. I got Briscoe beside me. I know my boy Clable roots for him. I root for him to like flip and semi-live. I don't know what that exactly means, but maybe he'll wreck so hard he'll lose his hair or something. I don't know. Yeah, we're just hanging on. Wish I could get the lead though. Van Gisbergen has something with his back bumper. He's got some damage. I don't know where he got that from. Wish he could do that in real life. I mean, he might do that at one point in the race. It's Talladega. I think anybody can have a chance to lead, so I would imagine it's possible. I don't know what to really expect from the race. I'm assuming the same old typical shit. Just big old smack 'em up at the end. Everybody explodes. Somebody stupid's gonna win. That either will impact the playoffs or not. And if they don't win and if they're not in the playoffs, then they're gonna treat it as like, oh well, they're dead to me, and they don't exist. They're gonna treat it as like when they're doing the victory celebration on the front, on the back, on victory lane, at the start-finish line. Congratulations, you win the race. By the way, you didn't make the playoffs. How do you feel about not making the playoffs? Gee, doesn't that golly stink? And they'll be like, I don't care, because the drivers like that aren't in it, I don't think they're really like gonna be that upset. They're just gonna be happy to win. But we gotta push the playoff narrative and everything. So I think that's what's gonna happen. It's like what happened with Ross Chastain when he won at Kansas last year, and they're just like, congrats, Ross, you won, but you didn't make the playoffs. So too bad, so sad, haha. And it's just like, wow. We're gonna save fuel going full away. Yeah, that could be another thing too. Even though, I guess with Talladega, Daytona, it seems like that's. I mean, I'm going off of this game, so I don't know how one-to-one realistic it is on like the how much fuel they have. But there's really no need to fuel save at Talladega, because I mean we can all make it to the end on the stage. It's a clear cut one. You can't save 30 laps of fuel, so it should be clear cut. Shouldn't be any fuel saving. It's been really hard to get up to the front though. I really could just push the envelope, but I just haven't. I really wish at the end of the race it would show you how many laps people have led, because I want to know if I led the most laps or not, or who led the most laps. I would love to just have that type of information. Then the pit stop changing in 20. I have no idea. I would probably be the last one to really know about it, with how little I keep up with the Cup Series anymore. Watching Clable and friends race react has been the most entertaining part of the NASCAR Cup season. So I'll try to catch them. Well, we're almost there to the lead. What's your rating on this game? Out of 10? It's definitely not a 7 out of 10 like I gave it in my live stream. I'd probably give it like a 6. I think I'll bump it down a point. It's not ignition levels so bad. It's better than heat like 1 and 2 and 3. It's definitely the best game since like Heat 4. I've been saying once this game goes on sale, like maybe a Black Friday sale, I'm assuming that's when it would probably go on sale. Then that'll probably be the good time to get it. So anytime, not too long after it releases on PC, then I'm assuming will go on sale. I think it's worth like $50. I would wait for it to go on sale. I don't think it's worth $80. I think there's just too many little details missing. Not having pit row adjustments. Sometimes the pit logic is really stupid. I think that's another video topic I should just make on just people glazing this game too much, because I get it. I was in that boat too. I think everybody's just really, really happy to have a game that's more functional than the last. Well, I guess, see, when I think of the last, when I think of NASCAR Rivals, and that was at least like functional but people just keep referring to Ignition as the last one, which isn't really true. But it's gonna bug me. But I think people are just really happy to have something that just works. But I do think there's a lot of glazing and overlooking things and trying to be too positive. And I don't think people are. I mean, God, I hope not. People are just being malicious. I don't think people are being malicious in that. I think people are just probably too blinded by the positives. I just think the pit, like if you want to run long races like 25% 4 times fuel and tire, I think that's where the game really starts to kind of have problems. Just by the pitting logic. There's certain, like in ARCA, there's certain tracks like that I've experienced in career mode where either they pit twice and I can get away with pitting once, or they pit as they should, but then they take 4 tires when you don't really need to. So there's just like issues like that, and especially like at North Wilkesboro, the context for that is It was a 50-lap race. You can go really 36 laps on fuel and tires. And we're 3/4 through the race. You don't need to get 4 tires with 14 laps remaining. So it really would make more sense just to take rights. And I did that assuming they were all going to take rights just because there was less than half a fuel run left in the race. And they took all 4s. But then at certain tracks, they'll have their pitting logic be really good. It's all over the place. Certain ones are okay. Sometimes it's not. I mean, last race at Vegas, I mean, again, all this is out the window now, and it almost feels like a new game again. It's the pitting logic, I guess, has been updated. So I'm assuming they'll pit as they should. Like, Vegas last week was an absolute disaster. Where, like, 30 laps into their 67 fuel lap run, so almost halfway into their fuel run, there was a yellow, and it, like, they didn't pit. Then 20 laps after that restart, there was another yellow, and they had 50 laps on their tires, and they still didn't pit. So they're staying out on, like, 50-lap old tires. I have a, 30-lap tire advantage because I pitted. And then it was just, it just broke the end of the race. All that time, all that 2 hours and 15 minutes that I ran that Vegas race, I was running around that 4th to 6th place range, and then just because they couldn't pit like what they're supposed to, it gave me like a really easy win because I had, 30 lap fresher tires. That's last week. That's old news now because the game, I guess, I've heard their pitting logic got better, but I don't know if that's really the case if the rec frequency got updated, so I don't know. And we're not going to really see much of that at Talladega here, so this is going to be kind of like a freebie week. You mean it's their first game again? Not like they haven't done this before. I've tried to not push that narrative because I've always said it's their first game with this engine, not their first game overall, because it's definitely not their first game ever. So it's kind of, I guess, why people have been more up in arms with certain stuff, because a lot of it should be like in there, like pit road adjustments. That would be really nice to have. Jesus Christ, I don't know why that's like over. Of the things that you can cut for the sake of cost or time, pit road adjustments shouldn't be one of them. I know people bitch and rave of the burnouts, which I get. I don't know why that would be so hard to do. I mean, it took the Heat games up till Heat 3 to actually include it, and I don't know why that was so hard. Yeah, I mean, that should just kind of be like a thing. I don't know. That's just one of those weird things where it's like, why is that not in there? Why is split screen not a thing? And when they do include it, I don't want that to be like the selling point for the next thing. I don't want another Heat 2 situation where that was like one of the 2 things that they were boasting about so hardcore is that and freaking multiple series. I don't want it. Should just be there. It shouldn't be like a hard thing. But maybe they're thinking nobody in real life has like NASCAR friends to like race with. You're just all lonely. I'm making shit up. This is the first time iRacing's been on console. Technically not, because they had a hand in the World of Outlaws games. It's definitely their first one with this game engine. That's really the first I can kind of quantify it as. Same with the test session. Yeah, it took 5 games to get a test session. You wouldn't believe how annoying it was trying to do practice and try to figure out how to drive a car, and then there's just so many cars out on track that keep getting in your way. It's like, I just want a clean track. It was really annoying. Give me a prediction on the Final Four. Who makes it? Probably not the guy to look at, because I barely kept up with the season as a whole. And I've only really cared about watching the last handful of races because I'm watching it with Clavel and friends. But I'm going to guess who the hell is in the Final Four now? I can't remember who won last week. That's also really bad. Hamlin. I mean, Hamlin's a lot. I think Briscoe's an underdog. He'll probably make it. Somehow Blaney. You know, he's in a hole right now. Somehow Blaney. In the fourth one, probably William Byron. That's probably wild to say, because what if you mean Larson's not gonna make it? It's like, yeah, somehow, some way. I mean, he also is gonna have bad luck at Talladega. It's just his curse. So I'm expecting nothing to go right from there. That's my final four. I think that's a sound enough. Probably final four. Probably Larson being out's the only one that's like questionable. But I think for the most part that'll be good. I think Briscoe's very underrated right now. I just don't want him to win any more races because I don't want him to have more wins than Truex out of just spite in that car. That, and also I don't trust James Small with a ham sandwich. So I just know some stupid's going to be messed up because his pit calls are just absolutely trash. NASCAR 25 versus NASCAR 06. NASCAR 06, I don't remember having any dumb pit logic, so it's got that. This game's got better graphics and driving model. I'm sure somebody's gonna be like, well, you could just customize the settings to fix all the problems. And it's like, I should need a spreadsheet to go to each track and know like what settings to go with. Because you know what, I was messing around with that last night too. I was up to like 6 in the morning. So I barely have any sleep, but it's Talladega, so I didn't really think I need to be in like in peak gamer form or anything to really, you know, need like, you know, adequate sleep or any kind. I'm pulling like a freaking Ichiro Oda freaking sleep schedule, except I got more than 3 hours. But yeah, it's just Ryan Preece got the lead. That was actually kind of cool. He got by me and then he snuck down low. That was cute. Thank you, Bowman. It's like Turquoise Hawk is like spiritually pushing me there. That was like I was trying to say. I'm going off topic. Last night I was up racing at like Dover because I did a couple of career mode races and I got to Dover, so I was doing some like off-camera practicing just to anticipate like what the hell the fuel mileage is going to be like. And Dover's like weird because it's a 38 lap race. It's technically 18 laps on fuel, but you can stretch it to lap 19, but then the AI pit like twice. So I'm in this weird limbo, like what the fuck do I do? Do I go to ×3? Do I up or lower their fuel consumption? And I lowered it to like 45 compared to the default 50 and it seemed to work. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this at Phoenix because Phoenix had that same problem. I did at 45 and they still pitted like twice, or they pitted before halfway, so that means they're going to pit twice. And then I put it at 40, and it still didn't work. So it's like, what? Okay, so 45 works good at Dover, but then 40 doesn't work. It's like, again, I should need a spreadsheet. The game's default fuel consumption should be just perfect. There really shouldn't. I guess I can't say perfect because, you know, somebody's going to straw man. It's like, no game's perfect. But, you know, it should just be fun. There shouldn't be any things where I need to be flipping through sliders to try to get the game to work. I feel like that's just more of like putting the fixes in the player hand than the actual developers fixing it, which is a whole other thing. So that's annoying, and it just takes so much time. And who's going to have time to do a 25% anything all the time to figure that out unless you know life the game? You gotta leave your life, leave your family, abandon the wife and children because you gotta figure out the NASCAR 25 handy dandy What If Racing official guide for the settings per track, presented by Junior Motorsports. I don't know. That's annoying. It's really needlessly time consuming because it should just be fine. Default, like the 50 default should just be really fine everywhere. Sometimes it is. And there's like a handful of tracks that aren't, and it's just annoying. It's like, how do I fix that? How low do I go? I don't want them to have like a blatant advantage on tires or like fuel, but you don't want it to be. You just have to do it in like increments of 5, so then you're just wasting like, you know, wasting a lot of time. So that's what's annoying. I don't think I'm learning with online. Somebody mentioned about online losing to invisible cars that I can't even draft. You can't even draft off of. I haven't had that happen yet, but that's just stupid. It's like literally when they become invisible, they just do not exist on track. That's what it sounds like. Is this Truex behind? No, it's not. Okay, still it's Briscoe. Oh my God, I'm missing Truex still. Erase, you got control. Oh, I know. Here we are. You know, I'm just not man enough on this game. Not mad enough on this video game. I just can't handle it.
Outside door.
But I'm sorry, I'm not on a wheel. I'm not hardcore enough. I can be in the cockpits. I just choose not to.
Great job. You got the lead.
And also, the cockpit's nice in this game. I don't really have any problems. It's just a dumb old preference. Don't know what that means.
Car outside.
I'll drive whatever angle. I'll freaking go nose cam because, you know, fuck it. That's not loved enough. We'll give that some love. In the apron, I see. I'm just not 100% with it, but you know, one day I will if I practice enough.
Car high.
You're gonna hate Atlanta. Echo Park. I already rated that in my championship mode. That's insane. It's really insane.
We're out front, driver. Clear high if you want it.
You know what? We'll run nose cam, and you know well, I don't even think I can do it because I'm probably gonna suck at it. We'll just look behind me the whole time. I don't know. We'll just give this angle some love. It's weird because once you're on the bottom, once you're in the lead and just run the bottom, you're almost pretty good. AI once in a while will get a run, but it's not too often. With how slow we're going, it should be enough. This camera angle, I actually really hate with the wheel because I remember trying this once before. You can't see the shifts. You can't see when to shift. The steering wheel's in the way. It's a very awkward angle. I know you can remove the wheel and shit, which is, I'm glad that's an option, but like, this is awful. How I would barely know when to shift. Like right now I can kind of see it, but if depending on the elevation of the track, sometimes you're just not gonna see it. Like right now, like on a restart, like I could barely see it. Like here, I can actually see it way more clearly. So that's, thank God they have options for that. Thank God they can at least give you the option to remove the wheel and stuff, so you don't have to worry about it.
Out front, nice job.
Race hood view. Hood's view is fine. Nope. Actually, this is probably really good for drafting and stuff. So I actually go with this sometimes too. I just like to see everything.
Clear up top.
How many times will Carson Quaff will get second? Not as much as Sheldon Creed. That much. I mean, he has to try to beat Sheldon Creed on the second place record. Jesus Christ, 15 times. This is like Allgaier's Xfinity career, where he's gotten, he was like the highest finishing regular, like 30 different times. Because Cup Leeches always kept taking his wins. That's much worse. That doesn't get appreciated enough, because I remember doing all the counting for that back then. It's like over 30. So Allgaier really should have like 60 wins if you take out like all the Cup Leeches. We'll be pitting here very shortly, in about 4 laps. So some green flag pit stops. Everybody should, I'm assuming, take 4. They might take rights. I honestly should just take. Again, our lefts are burning more than our rights. We need like Brian May from Queen to like explain this shit to me or something, because how the fuck do my lefts burn out more than my rights on a plate track? Is my car setup defaulted that badly? Am I driving it that poorly? I don't understand it. I really see now. Everybody's was like me. Is like, oh, why do you need to freaking take left side tires in a freaking oval? It's like, well, for situations like this. Curious what the AI are going to do, especially with the bad outlap speed. I think it'd just probably be better just to take rights, because we're going to lose time regardless. And we'll be pitting here shortly. Probably next time by. Anybody's claustrophobic. Richard Petty's claustrophobic. That's a fun fact. Actually kind of makes it amazing that he was even a race car driver. Because he doesn't like tight spaces. So, I don't know if that's something he developed later in life after he retired. Or if he always had it. But it's kind of wild to think about. Racing in such a confined space like that for so many years. To actually have a phobia, that's kind of wild to think about. You'd think you'd be like really used to it. So that's kind of funny. But maybe it's like in a race car, it's like the only time he's fine. Maybe that's like maybe it's like that's like the exception. I don't know. NASCAR 20, NASCAR 20. I say NASCAR. I merged. Why did I say NASCAR 28? I would merge NASCAR 98 and NASCAR 25, and I merged like the two numbers together. That was awkward. Let's change strategy. I'm gonna go right side, or yeah, right sides. He is claustrophobic for sure. I remember you telling me that story. Just fucking awesome that you did security for Richard Petty of all people. But cars are bigger inside. I mean, maybe that's true. I wonder. I really do wonder if he's always had that or he's had it after the fact. All right, what are the field gonna do here? Okay, they are pitting. All right, so yep, they go down very, very fast. I have black flags turned off, so I don't need to worry. You see how fast they railed down there? I was going 77, and they were still catching me. I don't know how they freaking... We'll see how stupid this shit gets leaving pit road, how much time they gain on me, because this is where it's all going to fall. We're going to take right side tires, so either we're going to have a big jump, and we're going to see them like run me down from afar. We're going to find out. NASCAR 21 is... NASCAR 21 is better than 25. Ew. I don't know if I can agree with that. So it looks like they did take 4. So we're going to see how far back they are from me. Reese is about 2 seconds back. I want to see if he runs me down. Their outlap speed's always been ridiculous, but I don't know if our getting up to speed is going to be better just with the different control options. Hell if I know. They actually didn't really gain much on me. Okay, that's better than I thought. Usually, even regardless of cars, they're going to gain time, so. But that's the other thing, too, now I'm thinking about it. We took right side tires, and they took 4, and I'm assuming they took 4. That's the thing, like, I don't know anymore. It's just all speculation, because if I took rights and they took 4, I should have a 5-6 second advantage. But leaving pit road, they were about the same with me. I didn't really gain as much as I would think. So unless we get like a green flag pit stop in stage 2 or something, and then I know everybody's going to probably take 4, I'm assuming. I don't know, we're going to see how this kind of shakes out. Because it wasn't a huge gap. And we need somebody to get out a freaking ruler, measurement tape, and compare the cars from the 70s compared to now and how big it is on the inside. I wonder how big of a difference it is. I would feel like they would be similar in terms of like size, but the inside I know is more cramped. So maybe I really wonder now. It makes me really wonder. Was he just not claustrophobic in those cars? Would he be claustrophobic in a modern car type of thing? I do wonder about that. Or did he get this after he retired at some point? Jesus Christ, Logano. That was typical Logano shit right there to just do that. That was terrifying. I'm going to see where the hell the cyclist is out, because some people haven't pitted yet, which I actually really, really wonder how they're able to stretch it. I mean, unless some of them pitted on that first stage yellow. That was like 4 laps into the race, though, so I don't know if that's going to work or not. I really wish I could see the field in more detail when a caution comes out, so I can scroll through it just to see who are pitting and who aren't. I really, really would love to have that type of leaderboard info. I don't know if I should even push it right now, or if we're going to cycle out really far back. Or is this for the actual lead? I would assume so.
Car outside.
Oh my lord, Michael McDowell, excuse me.
Leaders
That was scary.
3 wide. 1 outside. Car outside.
Well, I can appreciate the fact that you can get bad bumps from the AI. Kind of nerve-wracking. Let's see where this all cycles out at.
Outside.
Because you mean to tell me Eric Jones or John Hunter Nemechek is just and Kyle Busch have that much of an advantage? Unless they took no tires? Maybe. Look at that gap though. 5 seconds. Did they just take none? How did they gain that much on us? I don't understand. Do you use normal? I switched to advanced for this race. Okay, never mind. We're just gonna blow right by them. Never mind. I thought they were okay. All right. All right. It all worked out. Field got very split up though. 15 to go in the stage. That's the thing with these play races because they're so long. It's just a lot of just riding around. Race should just be like 50 laps. Even that might be too much. Just make it into like just a 1 hour race. Which honestly 50 laps would almost amount to an hour if you're factoring in probably caution laps and shit.
1 outside. 4 wide. 4 wide.
I ain't pushing Logano. I'll tell you that right now. I ain't freaking pushing him.
Great job. You got the lead.
I just sometimes wonder just how things were back then. I mean, it's going back further than I was freaking born. Back in the 70s, like how things were. I'd freaking be happy with freaking Queen existing back then. Having those new albums to listen to. That 1975 to 1978 stretch is fucking peak.
3 wide. 1 high.
Older I get, the more I really appreciate that era.
Car outside.
It's really freaking good. Listening to that more recently, it's like, damn, it still hits.
Car outside.
The harmonies, ooh, it makes me happy.
4 wide. 1 high.
Well, we're just hanging out. I mean, there's not much to say. We're in the main pack. We're just waiting on the something to happen. About to hit some lap traffic, I think, or barely. Two stragglers.
1 outside.
I had the fuel spread at 20, so it's actually really surprising for hitting lap traffic. Or at least being able to see that at some point.
Car outside.
A lot of cars seem to watch the freaking pit cycle or something, because there's just a lot of cars that are just by themselves. So something stupid happened somewhere that I haven't been able to see. YouTube's new UI. I've heard they update it. For whatever reason, I haven't gotten it yet. Maybe if I close my browser and open it again, I would get it, but I'm kind of scared. I don't really like how, like, the sounds of it are. I don't know why they would even bother changing it, to be honest. It would seem like there was, like, a real point.
Outside.
Let's go back to 2008 layout. I look better.
Outside now.
Makes me sound old saying that. I have a long car pushing me. Is that what's happening?
Clear high if you want it.
You're born in 81. Oh my lord, you're freaking... I thought I was old. Got like 14 extra years on me.
Car outside.
At least you lived, well, you're at least old enough to remember them existing. I can't. I'm too, it was before my time. But yeah, I don't know, it's crazy.
Clear up top.
I think I'm always going to be like that. Then again, my musical range is like all over the place from new and old, so I don't know. Something about older music, though, just feels really different. I don't know, it's...
1 outside. You lost the lead.
It has a very contemporary sound. or it feels timeless. Some of the Queen songs feel like really timeless. Like it doesn't matter what decade it was made in, it feels timeless. There's certain ones that sound like, okay, that's clearly like 70s, clearly 70s. But it's a big chunk of them feel very contemporary. That's what like Michael Jackson music sounds like. A lot of it's like, some of it you can definitely tell it's the 80s. Like Invincible, I always kind of harp on a lot. I love that album a lot. It still feels, there's a lot of it that feels like timeless still. It's really fucking good. It's a very misunderstood album. It's crazy, the behind the scenes shit. So many songs that were made that weren't like released, like 15 of them. Like it's almost like a whole other album with how much material there was. Like it's, I know I've heard he writes like a lot for an album and creates a lot for an album. Some I think said like over like 100. I kind of believe it. I mean, for Invincible, it's like over 30 that he like clearly wrote. So I don't know if maybe 100's an over exaggeration, or that's like 100 like written and maybe 50 that are actually like demos. But like it's a fuck ton. And it's crazy listening to them because they're like, they sound almost completed. Like he gets real. It's funny to see demos just to see like the work ethic, or to see like I'm kind of figuring it out. That shit's really interesting. I'm sure that's the same with other artists too. I don't know. Some of that's really interesting. I don't know. I wish my musical library was a lot higher. It's weird. It's really weird getting into new music, because it's like there's this early on phase where I listen to it and nothing sticks, and I don't like any of it. But then after a few days, then it's like, okay, the song I was really not enjoying, it starts sticking with me. It doesn't immediately hook me. It's very weird. I don't know if that's probably a me thing. It's weird how that works. I don't understand that. It doesn't make sense to me. So it's like, even though it's hard for me to really, it takes, I guess the point is, it takes time for me to like figure it out. I can't just listen to the album once and figure it out. I have to listen to it like 4 different times, and then I can start figuring it out. Like, oh, this song I was listening to before, now it's starting to hit me. Now it's starting to, like, I'm starting to really enjoy it. It doesn't happen right away. It's very rare that I listen to a song first time and immediately I really get into it. I guess there's definitely some exceptions, but it's weird. I don't know. That's the magical, bizarre, strange mind of the What If Racing or something, I guess. Older Country. Oh my god. You're like my freaking mom. I like Older Country too. The 90s era in like early 2000s, I think is really good. We're about to catch these. What is Kyle Busch and freaking John Hunter doing? Why are they too wide, gonna stack up the whole field? What is wrong with you two? You guys are like having a pissing match for last place, literally 2x2 stacking the whole field up. What is wrong with you guys? What a bunch of stubborn asses. Yeah, Older Country's really good. I've listened to so much Toby Keith, it's been like insane. Because I mean, I've always liked his stuff before, but after someone passes, then it's like certain songs seem to hit differently, even though it's like, it's weird to explain. But my mom listened to Toby Keith a lot when I was growing up, so I've always liked his stuff. And then after his passing, I went to like listen to all of it. There's 21 different albums. All of it's really good. I really enjoy a lot of it. I can play all of it 14 hours straight, and I'll enjoy it. Certain albums I like more. I think the Blue Moon album's like maybe his best from the 90s. And that sounds insane, because like the How Do You Like Me Now one's like his most iconic like album, like one I think most people really remember him for. Well, it's one of them among many. I think in terms of like an album that's like solid, beginning to end, I think the Blue Moon one from like 96 is like really good. Like across the board. I really like that as a whole. From the 90s. The 2000s, which one would I freaking put? That Don't Make Me a Bad Guy. That one, for whatever reason, like as a whole, there's a lot of albums where it's like there's a good 4 or 5 songs, and the other ones are just fine. But That Don't Make Me a Bad Guy one is really good. I think from start to finish, I think that's a really great one. Made in America, that one, that's also really good too. I think that's like the last like super stupendous album. But I can listen to really all of it, and it's not really much of a problem, like, or issue. There's only a couple that I think of that are just kind of cringe-inducing, or it pushes too much on the America is great shit, which gets a bit grating, especially after hearing shit over the years, just how much shit in America is not like as good as what people make it out to be. I'd rather just some of it gets a little too patriotic-y for me. That's really maybe my only thing. There's only a handful that feel like that, but out of like 300, 200 plus songs, I think it's a good ratio, because I don't think you're ever going to have a band where it's like every song you're going to hit that's going to drive with you. So I mean, that's like a 98% ratio or something. So I mean, it's enjoyable. George Strait would be definitely another one too. It's just that it's such a commitment. There's so many albums, oh my lord, by George Strait. It's absolutely wild. But he has like 80 plus top 10 US hot country hits. I counted. It's like over 80. It is fucking wild. He has almost on average, like 8 albums worth of just bangers. It's insane. Good God. I'm sorry, I'm going on freaking tangents. Clayble's in here. Hello, America. Oh, don't get me on America tangents. I can go on America tangents of how shit things are. But it's not really political. But it's just the knowledge of being older and knowing more with certain shit. Once you hear what other countries have it as, like Germany has it pretty fucking good. That much I know. So it's just one of those things as you get older, or if you have someone. This stage is gonna end too. Screw the America tangents. We'll talk about how America being bad another time. Freaking Josh Bilicki is freaking behind me trying to win this stage. That's also just insane in and of itself. Austin Cindric up here is actually realistic. Same with Logano's. That's actually kind of realistic. Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably like the last person I should ever engage in like musical conversation, because I listen to Falling in Reverse unironically, and that's kind of like a generally hated band. So I really shouldn't have room to talk on like quality of songs. I don't think I have that. It's just one of those things. I don't know. I just don't have the know-how knowledge. So I'm not gonna sit here and think I'm like gonna be the bee's knees with that. It's just not my forte. Raincoat reference. Give myself a pat on the back for that. Yeah, white flag in stage 1, by the way. We're hanging on pretty good. Kyle Busch is a lap down, pushing Noah Gragson of all people. What a nasty combination. But if we're gonna lose the lead here, then Bilicki's gonna give me a shot. So it's gonna be like the NASCAR rival situation. So really need this push. Thank you. Kyle Busch a lap down. Just want to point out, just being in the way. Same with John Hunter. We'll get this push here, and we'll have enough. Win stage 1. That should be enough. Everybody should be pitting at the end of the stage too, just because we're pretty deep into this run, or fuel run. That's when everybody should be taking 4 logically. Just a little, minute blocking there, and that was really about it. It's really simple. Logano's gonna get a run. We'll throw that block. 2-car block. It's simple enough. That's a stage dub. Wipe my hands with that. Post a photo of Toby Keith's new headstone. The general chat and Discord, trust me, it's beautiful. Well, that's cool to hear. I didn't know that got updated. We're gonna pit. The AI are pitting. They're gonna all take 4. I'm gonna look at this on Discord. I'm talking about. Oh, we're going way back then. Yeah. Oh, I got nothing wrong with them guys. Let me look at this here in general. I guess you could have put that in freaking. Damn, that's fucking nice. It's a good looking tombstone. I would have probably put that in like music chat because that's music related. You love to sing, as you can tell. Oh, I did not know. Yeah, we're gonna pit, confirm strategy. A lot of people think the graphic looks bad in this game. It's nothing wrong with the graphics. My graphic, my Elgato was capturing the game before, looking like a nightmare. That was bad. It's looking really good now. I unplugged it and replugged it and back in, and it seems to work. Also, since Claypool's in chat, maybe. Big props to Claypool for getting my microphone sounding like amazing. This is fucking wild. I need to know how to do that on just like regular Audacity. I can't do it now because I'm in the middle of like editing my Robin video. I don't want to be changing the audio now because it's going to sound very off. But next part, I need to have that like situated because I need to know how to set that for Audacity that I record the audio through. It's strange because, especially with something like that, there's so much like little editing to it. It's very time consuming. Sounds really good. I know. I even have the heater on. I need to actually turn the heater off too because it's getting sweaty in here. This game's making me too sweaty. I don't need it on anymore. Yeah, it sounds pretty good. I'm so happy with how it sounds. I didn't even know I could even make it sound this good, so Claypool's really good at that. Now I need to learn how to get a green screen. I think my graphics card is NVIDIA. I'm pretty sure. I have to look at it. Maybe I could get a freaking green screen too. Without using a green screen. That was wild. That would change everything. I don't want to be one of those people that had the green screen on, like, in the middle of the screen. Because it feels like it's my freaking... One, I don't want to be like everyone else with that. Two, it feels like I'm so in the way of everyone. I feel like I'm like so intrusive to like it feels like people are gonna be staring at me more. Gotta go to bed up in 5 hours. Oh my god, 5 hours! You need to get some freaking sleep. Should have went to sleep hours ago. You're gonna have a bad day at work. I can't ever take that chance unless I maybe energy drinks will save that. Make up that difference. I've never had... I guess technically today I barely had like 5 hours of sleep. I probably had like 4 hours and 30 minutes. Not really a good idea. Spend too much time playing this game and trying to figure out the freaking fuel settings because it kept throwing me off on what the hell to do. But yeah, we're in stage 2. 60 laps. It should be just another one pit stop stage. The last stage might be the same as well. I'm not sure. I think the last stage is going to be like 67 laps, so it's going to be close, but it should be still one pit stop regardless. Been doing it for years. Oh my lord. Well, like a freaking Otis sleep schedule, except more hours. Can I just go on a tangent? I mean, it's my stream. People are going to probably tune out because I'm talking about this, but... Ichiro Oda's freaking sleep schedule is absolutely inhumane. 3 hours? He works 21 hours. Because the deadline for Shonen Jump is that insane. Can I just point out how fucking wild that is? For, like, 24, 25 years, he was able to put out, like, insanely consistent art, like, quality for that long. I don't think it's as good as it once was, but clearly, like, looking at it, you can tell, like, there's certain panels where he clearly put more priority in, which I think that's what he's just doing now. But the work ethic in the manga industry is absolutely insane, and I wish that can change, because no human being should just be forced to work 21 hours a day to meet a freaking deadline of 17 pages per week. It's fucking ridiculous, and they have it really fucking rough. Their life expectancy is so low, it's honestly terrifying. So, yeah, that's insane. I think 5 hours is bad, and I'm like scoffing at that, but then there's freaking Oda doing 3 hours. It's like, and he's 50. Imagine doing that. Like, Jesus Christ. It's so bad. I wish that could change in general. It's just wild to imagine, like, doing that. I mean, unless you really fucking love doing it, which clearly he does. It's just crazy to imagine that when you have that kind of context. Especially reading Water 7 and shit, like the older arcs, and you really, like, it's so fucking good. The paneling, the art is so crisp in every panel. Even just in panels where it's not as big, there's so much, it's so clean, so fucking good. It's wild. I don't know, it drives me freaking nuts. I lost 6 viewers, I'm sorry. I won't talk about it anymore. Lack of sleep is hard on the heart, that's what I've heard. You know what? Some people just ain't gonna give a flying fladoodle. I kind of admire that, because you're just like, fuck it, I'm gonna do what I want. I feel like that sometimes too. I feel like sometimes I'm not gonna live till I'm like, it's weird. It's weird to think about. It sounds morbid as fuck though. Like I can't imagine I'm gonna live to being 70 or 80 or something. Like I can't even imagine that. So I'm just like, fuck it. I'm gonna live life and enjoy it as much as I can. Type of attitude. You know, in moderation, you know, not gonna sit, you know, jump off a freaking building and be like, fuck it, YOLO, and let's see if I live or not. I'm not saying that. I'm sure someone's gonna, like, extrapolate that when I say that. And it's like, oh, you mean jump off a cliff? It's like, no, that's not what I mean. Maybe skydive. I've not skydived, so that would be kind of fucking wild. I don't know, how would I feel? I have no idea. Would I have like a fear of heights? Would I have that that feeling? My mom always calls it like the butterfly feeling, or just you feel like that feeling when you go over like a hump on the road, that like elevation change, and you feel like that loss of weight sensation. I don't know if it's like you constantly feel that or what, but that would be kind of like crazy to imagine. I don't know, I'm going on too many tangents. Maybe Michael Roos can skydive. He can skydive with wife Gemini. I don't know. What the Tortellini. That would get him freaking talking in chat if he was watching right now. Gemini is, by the way, for Michael Two Scoops, I don't want him to think that I'm just thinking he's out with another hussy. But Gemini, I'm referencing Lupin the Third, Secret of the Twilight Gemini. So that's where that's coming from, okay? So don't freaking... I say so many references to Moots, and he just thinks I'm saying nonsense, but there's actually like a reference I'm doing to something. So that's the lore behind that. Daytona road course was hell. I don't know why the road courses in Ignition didn't bug me as much as it did. You play on a 200-inch projector. Holy Christ, that's huge. God damn. Can't sleep when you're dead. That's a good one. I wonder if that's gonna be the case. Like, if you're skydiving, that sensation you feel, that like loss of weight feeling, just goes away after a bit, where your body figures it out, and then you don't feel anything. I don't know. Some people really have a fear of heights, and you just... I don't know. I don't know if I have a fear of heights. I think it's one of those things. I don't know if it's like I have to experience it and then I'll know, or will I know if I'm in the air type of thing, or if it's gonna be like a thing if I think about it too much, then it bugs me. Like watching, because I've only ever felt where I was about to like pass out. Honestly, I think once in my entire life, and it was in like health class. We were watching a surgery, like an open knee surgery or something, I guess it's not open, it's just a knee surgery. And at first, it didn't bug me, because my brain was trying to, like, in my mind, I'm just trying to rationalize, like, what I'm seeing to not make it sound as gross, because I'm like, okay, they're opening up the knee, and they're like, I'm thinking, oh, it looks like they're opening a baked potato, and my brain's thinking, like, okay, that's not that bad. If I think that, then it's not going to sound as gross. But then I kept thinking about it more and more, and then it just got sickening. And then I was just like, okay, hold on, I gotta tell the teacher, I gotta go to the bathroom, because I feel weird. I didn't feel awful at that point asking to go to the bathroom, but then as I was walking, I got this like tunnel vision where like the corners of my eyes started getting black. It felt like I was going to asleep as my eyes were open type of feeling. It was the strangest, most bizarre sensation, and I didn't know what the fuck to do. So as I was walking, I'm starting to get that, so I'm just like, I'm starting to like put my arm up on like the wall, because I'm like, am I gonna fucking pass out? Like, I should have thought to like kneel or something, because I don't want to just like face plant the floor. So I'm like, I'm already getting ready to like fall, like pass out. So I got like one arm on the wall, thinking like, okay, if I'm gonna at least go down, because everything is happening so fast, I'm not even thinking like, okay, get into kneeing position. I'm just like, okay, I gotta brace for impact, so I got my, oh boy. I gotta at least, like, brace the impact a little bit. So I have my one arm, like, on the wall, like, thinking, like, okay, if I'm gonna fall, at least I'm gonna, like lean up on it and, like, slide down slowly or something. It was the strangest, weirdest sensation. But I guess that's what it feels like about to pass out. And it's weird. It's so... because it feels like my eyes are open, but they're closing at the same time. It was unbelievable the body can do something like that. And it was... but I did pass out. I got really, really close. It was like if you play like a Call of Duty game, and when you get hit, you get like the red around your screen, where it's like you're getting hit, except the red is just black. It looked like that. And then it just got like, it was getting really dark. It was starting to get really dark around the corners. And then it just kind of faded out. Like a transition. It was so weird how that like went away too. That's the closest I've ever gotten to like blacking out. So I know like surgery shit is too much for me. Skydiving, no idea. Maybe you're afraid to see blood. I didn't see blood in the freaking video too. That didn't really throw me off as much. It's the weirdest thing, because I didn't notice anything like that. My brain wasn't picking up on that. It was just more of just white flesh or white frickin' skin tissues or something. It was that part grossed me out way more than anything. And shockingly, I didn't see blood for whatever the reason with the knees. I don't know. It was weird. That was the closest I've ever felt to any type of blacking out sensation. So that's what I was thinking, like, I don't know what I would, like, that much I know I have some kind of fear of. But with heights, I don't know. I don't know, we're just going into all types of tangents. It's just, I'm not even really talking, it's just, there's not much to say, it's just, I think things will get a little more interesting once we pit. We're about halfway into that fuel run, just about. So it's not nothing too scary right now. Oh god,
Did patches help eye pitting and fuel issues?
Thank you, Smooth, for the 2. I appreciate the super chat. It really means a lot. Did patches help the AI pitting and fuel? I've heard that's a thing. At Talladega, I haven't really experienced anything bad yet. So I wonder if it's somewhat fixed for at least Talladega. I mean, they pit at the end of the stage like they should, and they were about like halfway into the fuel run, so that's better than what I could say in Vegas, because they couldn't be bothered to do that in Vegas whatsoever. So, I don't know. I guess that's my question. What I can answer the question is they definitely fixed the incident frequency, because before I had it at 5 and they still wrecked way too much. And in this race, there's only been 1 yellow. So they've been pretty good with the... I upped it up to 10 too, so the wreck frequency is definitely fixed. So they shouldn't be just doing self-spins all the time. Which makes me curious if I set it to default like 50, like how often would they wreck? Which I think is still going to be a lot. At least when you actually lower it, it does lower the wreck frequency. That much I guess is fixed, which is appreciated because they're wrecking way too much in Vegas. And the pitting here seems to work. Like, they're pitting as they should. Nobody's staying out 4 or 8 extra laps. So far, things are working as it should. I can't say completely, because it's just... I would have to race every track 25% to really figure that out, and I don't have the time to do that. But for Talladega, I guess to answer the question, long story short, I think that's been resolved. I know people can't stand like open wounds and blood, they pass out, you see it. Some people are like that. I get it. That's the weirdest thing for me is for so many years, decades of my existence, I've heard so many terrifying things of getting tattoos and like how painful it is, and it's just like the worst feeling ever. But I had that done multiple times, and it's not bad at all. That for whatever reasons never bothered me. It just feels like somebody's kind of poking your skin. Now I'm sure maybe it's because my tattoo artist is like really good, but I think there is a trick to it from what I've just felt and experienced. If they keep that needle in you too long, you get this burning sensation. So you can't just keep it in there and just do the tattoo in just one run. You have to do it bit by bit, where they put that in you, they needle it for a few seconds, then they take it out. Because I think that's a thing.
Get a tattoo of a disco ball.
Tattoo of a disco ball. I don't even need to look at chat to know that that's Disco Inferno saying that. But thank you for the 10. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for stopping by too. I know it's a play track and you're going to take a nap during this stream. So I'm trying to carry this race by conversations. We're not conga lining like 2x2. It's conga lining 3x3. But yeah, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that. That means a lot. Thank you. Thank you so much. Tattoo of a disco ball wouldn't be that time consuming. It would probably be more time consuming to do all the little squares inside the circle to represent like the glass part. Like that would probably be more time consuming. And a lot of it would just be like the outline, so that actually wouldn't take that long. You could probably do that and it wouldn't take too long. But some people really, really can't handle needles too. Some people really, really can't. Or some people really can't handle, or I guess it really depends on you as a person type of thing. Like if somebody is on like blood thinners or something, they really have to go to they want a tattoo, from what I've heard. So I asked my tattoo artist about it. Not that I have blood thinners or anything, but my dad a long time ago was on them. Thankfully he's not, because his heart at least is not to the point where he needs blood thinners. But if, say, someone was on blood thinners, they would need to go to their doctor and consult with them with it, and they would need to wait. They would need to see if they can even go off them in the first place, and if they do, they need to give some time for that to, I guess, get their blood to a point where it's, they're not going to bleed. You don't want them to, bleed a lot or something getting a tattoo. So, like, if someone's on blood thinners, like, tattoos are really up in the air if they can even do it with the logistics of it. That much I know. It's just interesting. Learning about that shit has been fascinating, just to know, and just like, cause I never think about it. But it's one of those things you really have to like ask. For me, that's that I don't have to worry about that. But you get a pass for the conga line today. That's, for you to admit that, that's actually saying a lot. You're going through like an arc of your own. We will be having pit stops in 14 laps, green flag pit stops. So I mean, you got that to look forward to. I'm assuming the AI are going to take 4. Sometimes they take 4, sometimes they don't. I don't know. At the end of the race will be interesting if it goes green, because the field gets all spread out with strategy. Some take 4, some take 2, maybe some take none. I don't know. I'm gonna say just take race, because I know that's gonna at least be important. Hello.
Well, thank you, Disco and Moody, for what y'all do. You are kind of a big deal. Thank you all for pointing out the flaws. We just want a NASCAR game to be proud of.
Thank you, Smooth, for the 10. That's a freaking hefty super chat. I mean, I really appreciate that. Thank you. I try to be honest. That's all. I try to give people not what they want to hear, but what they need to hear. And if the game's gonna work and there's no problems, I will sing its praises all up and down the city block. But if there's problems, I'm going to point it out. And I want to try to be as fair and open with that as possible. And especially because, I guess for me, I always like running longer races. 25% is usually my kind of bread and butter, especially for like career mode stuff. And I feel like you get a good idea on how the game operates with just pit logic and AI strategy and whatever have you. So I feel like I've experienced a lot more of the game's jank compared to someone that just would run like 13% races on normal wear, because then you never have to pit, and then you never have these issues. And with 13% in normal wear, you're not really getting like a full fuel run, so yeah, I don't know.
Disco Inferno NASCAR 25 review is up.
Oh snap! Oh my lord, Disco Inferno just throwing USD at me. Thank you for the 5. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm excited. I need to watch that after the stream or after the race, maybe today, because I'll be reacting to Claypool's race. But I'll have to check that out today at some point. I'm excited. I'm really surprised to see a review this soon. I thought it was going to be a couple more, like another week or something. But I'm excited to see it because I know it's going to be very informative. So I'm hyped for that. Chat, for God's sakes, if you haven't checked out Disco Inferno's channel, please check him out. For God's sakes. If you like what I have to say, you'll probably like what he has to say too. And he'll be as articulated, or if you like what I have to say with the game, or I'm trying to say we share similar thoughts. That's what I'm trying to say. My dumbass can't figure it out. We have similar thoughts on it. And everything. And he's been around, honestly, probably just about as long as me with making videos and such. He was back. I mean, I've had a YouTube account. I had like another YouTube account since like 2008. So I've been around for a long time. More than half my life, 17 years. Over 17 years, because I created June 30th, like 2008. So I've been around the block for a long time. Not with this account. This account's been since 2010, but point is, he's been around a long time. And deserves way more eyes on him. So I always want to try to give him a shout out. I think even still to this day, he's really remained one of the most, I think, fairest reviewers of like these NASCAR games and such. I think. So he's like right up there with me and all that. So yeah, if you like what I do, you like what he does too. So I'll be looking forward to that review. It'll be good. It'll be good stuff. Because yeah, like Smooth was saying, I really appreciate the comments and such. I know Brian Moody gets a lot of flack for a lot of stuff, and I'm not gonna sit here and go into it. But I don't know. There's nothing really he's saying about the game, like of the faults that are, I think, that egregious. Like the pitting logic has been really frustrating at times. It's just weird because usually I'm the one that is like extreme, like more like the most negative person. It's interesting because it feels like I'm looking at like past me with that, but at the same time I get it. I get it completely. So like I'm not gonna really think he's going out of line. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird thing. But I don't really think he's saying anything wrong, regardless of whatever, you know, what he's done or whatever. He's got experience in this field more than most people. He's gonna know way more shit. So I have a lot of respect in that front of it. So I don't know. That's how I feel with it. It's weird. It's a weird position to be in. But I think it's important to kind of understand just how the game is. I just wish people play the game more of play longer races just to kind of see like these issues, because if you run 13% with or 7% with just normal wear, you're not really getting an accurate representation of the game.
I will give iRacing credit. They have put out multiple patches in a very short amount of time. Most games might put out like 2 patches and that is it.
Thank you, Smooth, for the 5 again. I really appreciate it. I really do. It really means a lot. It helps. It goes a long ways. It really does. But thank you for the 5. Yeah. I do really... for 5 wide. I have to give iRacing some kind of props. I do have to wonder how many updates they had, I guess, in the works. Because no, with updates and patches or anything, there's a lot of time, development time that goes into it. So how close were some of these to being completed before this game came out is what I really wonder. I mean, there's so many patches in such a short amount of time is very strange. So I do wonder if this game was rushed in some way to be released before the season ends or something. I wonder, because it's weird how there's so many in such a short amount of time. But at least the wreck frequency is fixed, which is a huge help. That makes the races not be as, you know, as ridiculous. So I really appreciate that. John Hunter was a lap down, by the way. Now he's in the mix again. Yeah, I always try to be honest with whatever I see in the game and point it out. I mean, when I see something stupid that happened in Vegas last week, where they don't pit 30 laps into a green flag run, or even at 50 laps into a green flag run, like 3/4 into the run, they don't pit. It's kind of game breaking, unless I go on like house rules or gentleman's rule and just don't and only pit with them. But I shouldn't have to like handicap myself for a good experience. I want to, like, you know, be smart. I want to be a human being and make logical decisions. So when something like that happens in Vegas, I can't just sit here and be like, oh, that's good to have. It's like, it's clearly a problem. And it's happened, you know, at Vegas. It's probably happened at other tracks too that I haven't gotten to yet. But the patch came up before I could really, like, discover it. That, and for whatever reason, in the ARCA series, Daytona and Talladega are like the only 2 tracks where the AI wreck a lot in. Which is, I would criticize, but it's ARCA. I honestly can kind of believe it. ARCA series wrecks a lot more at Daytona and Talladega. So I kind of find some humor in that, being realistic. But not in like the Cup series, like every 5 laps. Or Brian Moody's case at Dover, it was like every 10 laps they were crashing. It was ridiculous. That's way too much. That's way too freaking much.
Stay low. You're all clear.
Is this simulation of the actual Talladega race? It probably.
Outside now.
After your service is done. That's the other thing too with the I don't know if the pit logic is totally fixed. They're pitting as they should, and we get another yellow. That's actually our second AI yellow, and they're actually pitting like they should, and we're not going to get a green flag pit stop like I was promising Disco Inferno, and now he's going to go back to sleep. This is not fair. It's not fair for him.
Happy with these pit options?
I'm going to take 4 tires and fuel. I'm assuming the rest of the field's going to do the same.
Come, fellas, be ready.
I believe it's Rush. Coda has the old layout in No Mexico. I do wonder, because doesn't iRacing have Mexico? I'm not really sure.
I think they should have worked on the game for another 4 months and released it like a week or two before the Daytona 500 with all fixes in place.
Not a bad idea.
Be ready now.
It's not a bad idea.
Green, green.
They did that once in NASCAR gaming history that I could think of in the last 20 years.
All right.
They've only done that once. With NASCAR 2011, the game, they released it in March. It wasn't exactly near Daytona 500 week or anything, but it was in March of 2011.
Stay low.
But they had the 2010 cars, and the 2011 cars came later in an update. But I think the reason why they don't go with that is because they're not going to have the AI settings, or the AI ratings of the drivers accurate. But then they've also said they've updated the AI like stats, like their AI performance, like every month. So they could realistically just release the game as is with whatever AI ratings that they had based on like last season, and then every month update the AI stats to run like as they should. Like, or they modify them like every month. That's, I mean, if you can't just say, oh, we can't do that because the AI ratings won't be accurate, but then also say, oh, we can update them every month. So like you realistically could. It just, I guess it would involve way more work, wouldn't it? But they could. I feel like that would be good for just releasing it on Daytona 500 week instead of like, you know, the last 3 weeks of the season or something. This is like Ignition, where they released it like, I don't even know, like 2 weeks before the season ended, and then they were on to next gen cars. So it's like very short lived. I would prefer it Daytona 500 week myself. I think just to hype things up with the season, and then, you know, throughout the month, maybe they'll do that in the future someday when they get the game more ironed out. Maybe that's what they're gonna do. I don't know. I thought originally they were going to do like a new game every other year. That's what I've heard. But I guess they changed that and they want to do it every year. So I guess that's changed since then. I wonder about it though. I really do wonder how they're going to update the game next year. Or if they're going to add in a 2026 roster, like as a DLC. I don't know what they're going to do. What, more paint schemes? I don't know. I would love to have more, since I got such a, I got the extra expensive, more pricier version. I would hope to get more of those, but I'd rather them fix the game first than paint schemes, to be honest. I'd rather have them fix that. But as a starting foundation, I thoroughly enjoy it for the most part. I can't go on nuclear ignition levels of bad. It's not on that tier. For a startup game, I can't. I need to clarify it because I'm gonna get. For this being their first game on this game engine, working an entirely different game engine, they're so used to usually running Unity and shit. So this is like, you know, completely different canvas to work on. I'd say among those in that caliber, it knocks the socks out of 2011, Heat Evolution, and Ignition. I think it's better than Heat 2 and 3. I think overall as a game, I think Heat 4 has a slight edge. Just the AI pit logic across the board is good. I think the difficulty across the board is pretty balanced. I think this still needs a little more work with that, but I mean, if we're already on that good foot, then, you know, by game 4, we're going to be talking, you know, some like A caliber shit maybe. I don't know, maybe I'm having too much hope. But I feel like that could be the direction it may head someday. They gotta fix their marketing though, because Jesus Christ, their marketing was like atrocious. They really need, like, I don't know. They just needed to promote the game better. Ah, here we go. JC's in here. Heard of your Q&A session. I know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. Yeah. What? Oh, if that's so. Was I wrong, or was I right all along? They said they don't have plans to release another full game in 2026. That's what I was thinking originally. So they might just do a 2026 update then. That's probably what they're gonna do. Unless that Q&A session they changed their mind since then. I don't know. Odds are it'll be a Switch game and a DLC pack. Oh my god, a Switch game. Ew. Ew. That would be disgusting. Yeah, like the 2026 version is just on the Switch and this game won't get it. That would be disgusting. This game already rivals Thunder 04 in my opinion. Would pick Thunder 4 anyway. JC, that's a bold statement. You gotta calm your pants down right there, because that's a driving model I will probably say is better. Other than some of the road courses are really, really, really hard to drive than they should. That's probably my only thing is, like, Coda is an absolute nightmare. But then I was racing at like Lime Rock and Arca, and maybe because the cars aren't as powered, I don't know, but that felt really good. That felt really fun to drive. Unless the next-gen cars just suck and they're replicating that, I don't know. But some of the road courses just handle like absolute shit. Like way, way more than they probably should, or it's way less forgiving compared to like other tracks. It's really weird. If they just tweak that to where, I guess you could just tweak it by, you know, messing with the stability, but it's really probably the only thing I think that's a bit wild. Everything, like every other like oval short track handles like how I think it should, and that's really good. That's definitely better than Thunder 4 with that. I can at least confidently say that. So, you know, but the fact that JC put this in like his top 5, especially with someone that plays a lot of the games, I think that says a lot. And JC also likes the one song where he headbanged to in the intro, which I still need to watch. I've been too preoccupied on other shit, and it's bugging me. Trying to juggle career mode videos, the Robin video, and other shit. But I had a birthday party to go to yesterday for my nephew, so I couldn't miss that. I guess I could have. I could have. But I don't want to do that. So much of my day yesterday was spent on that. I wish I had more time. That's the other thing too, is I constantly have this fork in the road type of thing where it's like, I could do career mode, but I could also do the Robin series, because I actually want to work on that. I don't want to put that to the side, ever again like that. So I prioritize that more. Thankfully with career mode, and especially with arc races not being that long, they don't take too long to record. So I can kind of get away with kind of doing both for now, in some cases, but I'd rather prioritize on shit I want to do. I just have to kind of do that. Thunder 03 is a tie. I think if they, I need to play more of the career mode to see like what the other series, because right now Arca was really easy to upgrade everything. Then again, I did have the bonus, pre-order bonus, that kind of helped. I heard Trucks is way harder. I believe that for sure. I'm curious to see how much harder it's going to be. That was kind of cool how Chase Elliott bumped me, then kind of went down low. I thought that was cute. Somebody on Twitter mentioned it too, and somebody, like an AI car, got a run up on someone at Kansas and then just like made a pass and looked really realistic. But that little like juke, that was nice. AI like racing around them. It's really nice just to have the AI not be like cinder blocks. Like they actually acknowledge your existence and shit. Really appreciate that. Thank God. They just need to fix some of the small quality of life shit. I wish the pit adjustments were a thing. They need to have sliders for online. For God's sakes, they need sliders for online to race on. I shouldn't have one track where the default is like extraordinarily tight, and then I go to another one where it's extraordinarily freaking loose. It's really all over the place. So I really would need a freaking slider shit for that to set before the race starts. So yeah, this is just Talladega. It's not really that enthralling, isn't it? This is not much to say. we'll be pitting in 25 laps, but the stage is going to end, so none of that's going to matter. Chase is pushing me in a very uncomfortable angle. And Brad Keselowski's pushing me. Oh, that's cute. Thank you, Brad. Why is also... they need to fix the pits. Oh my god, can we go on a tangent about the pits? I did this, you noticed it in Cozy's video, or WinVal's video. I don't like saying... That's another thing I don't like doing. I don't like saying real people's first or last names, even though it's like public, but like... I don't. I like people to call me What If. I don't like people calling me by my first name. It makes me cringe. I like to be named What If. I think What If sounds cool. WinVal's video at Kansas or Michigan. I don't know which track. I think it was Michigan. That's the most, like, one of the more recent ones. Michigan pit exit and pit entry is ridiculous. A lot of other tracks are like this too, where their in-lap and out-lap speeds are just so fast. Like, for example, I think in one of my Michigan videos, I had the lead by like maybe half a second, and leaving pit road, I lost like 2 seconds. It was some margin. I don't know if that's an exact example or what, but there was an instance where I go in pit road, and then going as fast as possible, mind you, so like I should have the utmost advantage. And then leaving pit road, they just are so much faster. There's just nothing you can do. And can you imagine in like a championship race, you're battling someone for the title and you have a green flag pit stop? You both get down pit road about the same time, and then leaving pit road, the guy that you're racing for in a championship leaps you on pit road because their outlap speed is just like 2 seconds faster, and then you lose the championship on that. Like, that's going to be bullshit. Because they can just do... That's the one thing I can't stand, is the AI having an unfair advantage on the player. And it's stupid. Michigan was a blatant example of it. So I don't really think this game likes you to have green flag pit stop, because it punishes you so much on outlap speed. They should not be having that massive outlap speed on you. It's absolutely insane. So we got 10 laps to go in the stage, by the way. And, I mean, we might try to get another stage, though. We'll try to sweep everything. That's one way to lose the lead. I was trying to read chat. Thunder 04 pit logic. I just really remember Michigan being bad. That's the only one I could think of where the pit logic was bad. Every other one that I've experienced was pretty good. Maybe Martinsville was kind of goofy too. But as a whole, I don't really remember the pit logic being that bad. Because Michigan was the stupidest one in the game, because you always would have to pit twice, and the AI can get away with pitting once on 25%, so it's always really stupid with that. That much I can agree with. If there's more, I don't really think I've experienced it. To my knowledge, Bristol, well, can't say the game's perfect either, because Bristol has its caution glitch thing, and Martinsville's kind of wonky in its own way with shit. So I'm not going to say every track's really good, but a big chunk of them are. And as I'll play the game more, I'll figure out what, like, more tracks are going to have that problem. They pit after restart instead of a caution. God, I can't remember if they even did that. I don't really recall it. This game certainly likes to try to do that. At least early on it was doing it. Then again, maybe I was just too good at Thunder 04 to where I didn't wreck enough to see the game like fall apart. Maybe that's another thing too. I was too good to have that happen. Talladega, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's another good one. Jesus Christ, yeah, that one could get really stupid too. If they just ironed out some of these little things in this game, Jesus Christ, we'd be talking like A caliber shit. It's so frustrating because I feel like it's so goddamn close. It feels like it could be on that echelon. For a starting game, I think this is like, 2030. We might be talking like A caliber shit. I don't know if I feel like waiting that long, but I don't know. I just really hope it can be freaking better. I do really wonder just how. I mean, then again, stages kind of fuck all that up, don't it? Because it makes green flag pit stops like almost extinct anymore. It's kind of depressing. Even with how these stages are laid out, it's pretty much just like one pit stop in a stage, and then. Well, they're trying to really screw this right. Really, I'm gonna get a pit road penalty. What is this, NASCAR 2011 with that shit? I was gonna save it. I was gonna save the car. Why am I cursed at Talladega? Something always happens to me at Talladega. It's been a freaking thing with me in this channel for so many years. And that was one of them. Add that to your freaking highlights, JC 1424. That was stupid bull honky nonsense. And I mean, we got a yellow anyways, but like I was gonna get completely screwed out of that. Now I'm upset. That's a thing in this game, isn't it? Is that really what we're gonna do? Tapping pit road? That is a hell no. That's a hell no for me. That is absolutely disgusting. Tapping pit road like that shouldn't do that to the car. So yeah, I thought we might have had a shot to win stage 2, but not anymore. That's over with because this is like gonna be a green, like a white flag situation. Or okay, 3 to go, but that's stupid. I'm upset. No. I was gonna save the car. I was gonna get back on track and we're gonna be fine. But no. I just became a ghost and no. We can't have that. Well, I'm gonna have to. I don't know how the hell I'm gonna get back up there. Definitely, I can't get up there in 3 laps. Surprised the AI didn't pit. I don't know if that really matters, because maybe it does matter. I don't know. Because then if they pit, like, under that yellow, will they still have to pit, like, 2 more times? Don't. What is... What? I didn't think a bump like that would freaking dump Briscoe. Honestly, I didn't think that. But I think Briscoe has more of a skill issue. Now they're all pitting as they should. That was stupid. Ew. Absolutely ew. Hello, Ultimate Dragon. Hi. That was all of the ew. I don't really like that. I disagree with all of that has just occurred on the racing surface. That's stupid. So, now this last stage is going to get interesting, because now we got to try again. Thankfully, everybody pitted as they should. I'm assuming everybody took forward because we didn't lose time or gain time, so everybody must be fine with that. Now we'll have however many laps in this final stage. 67 laps, so that's definitely going to be 1 pit stop. Definitely 1 pit stop, so. On this last pit stop, I really don't think I should take just rights, just because we're going basically an entire fuel run. And with 30 some odd laps, we could make up that time. If I made up 7 seconds in like 10 laps in a 25%, I think I can make up so much in like 30 laps. So I think I'll be fine, regardless of whatever I do. Why are we stopping? Hello? I don't know. That was weird. I have it at 105. If I had anything lower, it'd be way too easy. What is the checkup? Oh, it's the 66 car. Yep. Fair enough, I guess. Why is there smoke? I really need to get back down to the bottom. There we go. Alright. Well, now we gotta get up to the field. which is going to take some time. Once you get up there, it's not that bad to like hold your line and keep up, but it takes some time to actually get to the front, like actually be there. So yeah, it's like the race just like reset itself on us. When are you ending the stream? When the race is over. Well, just about. I'm gonna try to run like a quick micro race at Phoenix to see if like the controller settings, switching it to custom, makes it better on the starts. I heard that's a thing that can be, I guess, fixed with the setting. Which, if so, then that's gonna make things better. But Phoenix is one of those tracks where you always lose time on the start, so I want to see if that's the case. So I'm gonna test that out real quick at the end. There's so much checkup, my lord. Trying to not go below the line, trying to be honorable here. It's a lot. I mean, I've lost a lot of time there. Yeah, that was definitely going to be a very easy stage 2 dub. That's definitely the highlight of the stream. Is that?
Outside now. 4 wide, 3 wide, 1 high. 1 outside. 4 wide.
Yeah, this seems to be kind of the heat 3 now. God. The heat pattern. I'm just going to keep it on the bottom here, make passes. We'll get up there eventually. Kyle Busch has had an adventurous race. In stage 1, he was a lap down with him and John Hunter. At some point, he got back, I guess, on lead lap, so he's kind of rebounded. Good to see Kyle Busch have anything positive go his way as of late. My lord, it's like nothing's gone right for him like the last 2 years. I'm gonna keep helping him. Yeah, slam draft works way better than like bump drafting. As you can see, like I can really feel that momentum being carried, which again, coming off the heat games, I really appreciate that because some you'll just slam into them and they won't go anywhere. They can push you and go forward, but you can't really do that. So I really appreciate in this aspect when I bump someone, like slam them, it pushes them forward. As it should, and it does the same for me. I appreciate that. I can't tell you how much that little detail goes a long way, because it feels, you get the true feeling that you and the AI are on the same playing field with that. If we just get the pit outlap shit to be situated where they're not gaining like 2 seconds on you, leaving pit road, that would be a big help. That and like the car stopping you. Like it's once your pit stop is done and it's completed your time, then it's like you stay on pit road for like an extra 2 seconds. It's like, why are we wasting time just sitting here? It should be going immediately as the jack drops on the left sides, or rights, depending on if it's a road course or something. But as soon as that jack drops after the 4-tire stop, you should go, not just sit there for like 2 seconds. I'm sure that's a big part of losing time on pit roads because of that, and their pit lap, their outlap speed being really fast. So that's a whole combination of shit, which I'm sure varies from track to track. And it's hard to kind of gauge exactly because trying to account for. How did he wreck from that? Excuse me. That was such a minute tap. Reddick just freaking sucks. Nobody's pitting. I mean, nobody can make it on fuel, so I guess it makes sense. But like, what was that? Like, leave it to Tyler Reddick to be an absolute scrub, which I guess is nothing new. But like, why? My phone is blooping again. Why? Hello? What is going on my phone? I'm getting a notification. Clable is live streaming. Freaking my Dirt Daytona video from part 11 apparently can't be monetized anymore. Why? Said like 10 years later, not 10 years, like 8 years later. That part 11 can't be monetized for some reason because of the game's music, the stock music, which sometimes gets copyright stricken for some unknown reason. Hell if I know. That's just strange. Just as strange as that yellow occurred, because I really didn't think that tap would do that. I feel like I've done that so many different times and it's never really affected anyone. But I'm kind of curious what the AI will do now, because that yellow, that's it's going to cut more laps into the final leg of the race, so I probably should just take rights, regardless. I think to be safe, because that's just less laps for us to make up all that time if I take fours. So I'm probably just gonna take rights. That'd probably be. I mean, I would love to take lefts because my lefts burn more than my rights, but I can't do that. But okay, we're moving up to the good. Jim John is up here in the top 5. That's kind of freaking wholesome. But he's just decided to leave himself out to dry. So if he wants to feel like a wet noodle simulator, then let him be a wet noodle. I just pushed JC's boy Chris Buescher right there, and I'm sure that probably hurt my car. So and he gave me a freaking slap. That's fair. I kind of deserve that. You know, we'll just needlessly push him 3 wide. Cindric's pushing me. Byron, I'm pushing Byron. And we're back in the mix of it. Can I get a push on the top from Cindric, please? I don't like saying that, but there we go. Thank you. Back into the lead. Now we're going to be comfortable. We'll just swoop on down low, abandon him, disrespect him, because, you know, as God intended, we should. And, yeah. Now we're back into the lead, thankfully. Got damage a little bit from that, but no actual damage on the car map. So that's interesting. We got Blaney up here, so that's realistic. Ricky Stenhouse is up here, that's realistic. Cindric's up here, that's adorable. Yeah, so we'll be pitting in about 30 laps, 28, so lap 159. And then we can all make it to the end on fuel regardless, so there shouldn't be anybody really running out of fuel. Nobody should be pitting twice. It'll just come down to more of what the AI are going to do in terms of what taking 2 tires, 4 tires, or none, whatever they exactly do. It gets very spread out on a pit cycle, though. So I'm going to try to anticipate what they're going to do. I'm assuming they're just going to take rights. That makes the most sense to me. And with those caution laps cutting, you know, even just 4 laps, I think that's enough to really make a difference. And I don't think we're going to run them down if we take 4. So I'm going to probably be smart and just take rights for that. Ideally, I would take lefts because the lefts are burning more. But I don't understand. Some scientists explain that to me. Why do my lefts burn more than my rights? On a plate track. Is that a thing anymore? Is that realistic? I don't know. But I don't know, we'll see. Unless we get bumped at like the worst angle in front of pit road to screw all of that up, then we should be fine. Which again, I guess it is a possibility. I think I have my impact forces on just normal. If I upped it up any higher, it's just on default. I'm sure if I upped it up higher, that would be an interesting idea. It's like a stream idea or like a one-off video probably for Michael 2 Scoops or Razor Brandon do, but for me, damn, Buescher just decided to not want to be a part of this pack. But I'd be very curious to see if you up it up all the way, what would that do? Would you just spin out automatically from a push? Or would it have to be very specific? Like that push from Jimmy there, if I had it up any higher, would that result in me spinning? I don't know. I kind of wonder about it. 1984? Oh yeah, with the restrictor plates. Yeah, that would have been... Jesus Christ, if they did that in real life, we'd be having cars flying over the catch fence and murdering people. With how these things can, like, just seem to take off at points. As what if led every lap? I have not. I wish I knew how many laps I led exactly. The game doesn't keep track of that for single races. Or really in career mode, unless you're really keeping track of that or something. But I've been, I probably led probably 40 laps maybe. Maybe the most in the race. I don't know. Somebody's got to keep track of that. I can't do it. Unless I pause the game every time I let a lap just to keep track of it and up the tally. Which would be kind of sad if I have to do something like that. I guess I could. That would just delay the stream even longer. So, yeah, I should have started the stream like a half hour sooner. But I kind of wanted the extra half hour of sleep. So that was my executive decision. Also, I thought with Atlanta being short, because I think that was like a really short race. based on how long Ryan Moody streamed Atlanta was like a little over 2 hours. I thought maybe this would be, might be 2.5, which I was wrong. I was wrong to assume. I was wrong to guess that number. Especially since we're not wrecking a whole lot, but so we're not really cutting out laps for cautions and shit, so. That probably helps out too. I guess that doesn't help out in this case, but it helps out in the sense of making it longer. I just can't believe my Dirt Daytona video, part 11, is demonetized. All these years later. And it's gotten stricken for a lot of different timestamps. Because, I guess, of the menu music. Sometimes the menu music gets a copyright, which, I mean, back in 2018 or 2017, that was never a thing. You never got hit for that. Now, I guess you kind of do for sometimes. Which is even more strange. Why is that copyrighted? Unless the copyright owner rights? That sounded really fucking stupid how I worded that. The owner for that got, like the ownership swapped over to somebody else. Now they're just, like, really, like, you know, hammering anybody that uses it type of shit, which happened to Michael Mertz with one music, the saxophone music that he was using in his streams, which I kind of think is the iconic era, because I just always think of Mertz with that with the jazz saxophone shit. Now he can't use it anymore because somebody got ownership of the copyrights for that, and they like are just striking everyone that uses it. And it used to be free, or it used to be not. I don't know. I think if the it's, I don't know, it's one of those things, like, he had that before it became a thing. I feel like it should be just grandfathered in, where if, you know, if you're using it before it became a copyright thing, it should just be like, okay, whenever date that, like, transitions over, like, that going forward should be a thing. But not for shit that somebody used years and years and years ago before it got switched over. Just, I don't know. I hate that shit. It just gets annoying, even thinking about it. It's just weird. Of all things, like, why part 11? Certain videos have gotten, like, age restricted because my NASCAR 2011 douche videos, I guess because I used the word douche, and it's like, the 2011, 2012 internet wasn't so freaking gun-ho of words being, like, a big deal. Now they are, I guess because of the title. So it's age restricted, so children can't know that word. It's just too mean of a word. It's stupid. It's really stupid. Dumbass phone. I wonder why. If it's JC freaking. I wonder if it's JC blooping my phone. And then he has the freaking gallstones to start saying that. What is the skill range? I have it at 20. I thought for Talladega, I probably could have had it at 0. I thought I wanted like a tiny bit of skill gap. I don't know, probably it's not realistic. I probably should have had it at 0. Or we're gonna have a yellow. It's really cutting it close on the fuel window, but again, nobody could pit. If people pitted, then they set them. Okay, that makes sense. They're making sense. So they're not pitting. What is my phone doing? Oh my god, my heart. I can't. Somebody freaking sent me the raw audio of Robin's, like, iconic line. Like, I guess with no background shit. That's fucking awesome. I have so much use. I need to message them later. I appreciate that. That's really cool. Don't do it at 0 at Echo Park. It's fucking horrendous. JC, that sounds like a good idea for a stream, don't it? We want some, like, stupid shit. That might be a good stream idea. It's just gonna be, like, impossible. It might be kind of a nightmare, honestly. But that kind of seems like a dumb stream idea.
Stay low.
Guess you want to live... Yes. Somebody sent me that. I can't believe JC knows that. He must have remembered the video I made like 4 years ago. I'm proud of you to remember that. That's one of the lines I knew of before getting into it, but knowing the context, oh my fucking lord, it is... it hits so much harder. I can't wait to actually talk about it at length. It's so fucking good. It is absolutely one of the most emotional things that if I start talking about it more, I'm gonna start crying, and I really don't want to cry on stream again, really, like, ever. So I'm gonna refrain from that, because that fucks me up really bad. If I that's one of those things. If I think too much, I'm gonna cry. So like I can't. It's really good. But somebody sent me like the, you know, in songs you get like the acapella version. Like I got it with like just the like the actual voice line performance. Like, oh my fucking lord, I can use that for something. I'll have to let them know I'll be doing that with it someday. That's, ooh, I'm hyped. I'm hyped for that. That's really cool. I kind of made my day, in a way. That's really cool. I need to get fucking Popeyes too, because JC gave me a freaking a test. He said if I got Popeyes, he would start watching One Piece. And I'm like, that's a fucking, that might get me to eat Popeyes. Then that might be the motivation. JC freaking might regret that, because it's a commitment. But it's a really good fucking commitment, though. Jesus Christ, that was so much fucking fun catching up on that. I need to do it again. It's so fucking good. So much. I've never seen a show recontextualize so much and build on so many things from, like, nearly the start for just chapters and chapters and years and years. The fucking planning is unlike any show I've ever seen. I've seen a lot of, like, a good chunk of shows. I've never seen shit like this. I've never, it's unlike anything. So it's really, really special. It's just a shame because the stigma for it got so fucking bastardized with the 4Kid stuff being horrible. And the length. Everybody's scared of the fucking length, which I get. Anime doesn't do its favors because it's still trying to keep up with the manga, not get ahead of it, so it's... I know there's a remake of it coming out someday, but even still with the remake, there's still going to be hundreds of episodes, but it fucking deserves so much fucking love. It deserves so much. It's one of the rare cases where it's like, I think it's like the 7th highest selling series in all of fiction, and it's only behind, you know, like William Shakespeare and shit, like things that have been around for hundreds of years. And it's like, the fact that it's even in the top 10, and it's, I think it's the 2nd highest selling comic book of all time. It's just behind Superman, which it's gonna surpass it, so it's gonna eventually be higher than that. It's really one of the rare cases where it's the highest selling, but it's also the most deserving. So I'm fucking hyped for that. I'm gonna fucking simp out on that stat someday. So there's a lot to it. That, and it's funny because you never would imagine a show like that, because it looks on its premise so silly, but it can get so fucking real and so meaningful with its messaging, and give a lot of context for things that look silly in design but also have like a lot of character meaning. There's so much detail and shit. Or it's, in terms of characterization, it's, I don't think it's better than it. I don't think it's gonna get surpassed, and I'll glaze the fuck out of it. But it's got problems too. I definitely think there's some problems too. In the Robin series, eventually, I'll probably be talking about it, because there is problems with how she's utilized. Not so much on her character, but just how she gets utilized in the story, because it gets to the point where it's like she almost feels like she's forgotten about for a while. And the series blue balls you a lot on certain shit. I think there's certain issues. So it's gonna be Glaze City for a while, but like eventually there's gonna be things to criticize. Because how you usually like for a long time, how he wrote his female characters were like really, really fucking awesome. And it's just so nice because they're absurdly attractive. And like in the manga too, everybody memes on the body, like the glass figure thing, like the Jessica Rabbit look, you know. And the anime used to go over the top with it, comically so. The manga really never did that. It's generally pretty tame. Like, there's definitely like an exaggeration on the figure, but it's not comical. And it's funny to see how the art evolved over time too. But it never was like, oh, that's disgusting looking. Like, the anime can go overboard with it. It gets to a breaking point at a certain point in the series, but it never bothered me. For all the wacky ass designs in the show, that is like one of the least of its frickin' problems. But yeah, it's nice to have a character that has all of it. All of it, all the features, all of it. Well written, relatable, you can easily connect with, or at least I can connect with her a fuck ton. And hot, I mean, it's got all the combinations. Got all the well written aspects while also being attractive. It's like, what more can I fucking want? I don't know what other series could ever top that. Yeah, I gotta stop talking about it because people aren't gonna be interested, and I get it. Yeah, so yeah, we're just chilling. We got 38 laps to go as a race recap. The amp energy looking Riley Herbst car pushing me. 13 laps. We'll be playing on lap 163, so we'll have about 25 laps left. So we'll probably just take rights at the end here, and hopefully that'll be enough. Hopefully our left sides will be good to the end regardless. One Piece is so long. There's really no arcs that are terrible. That's a whole other tangent, all on its own. It gets to a certain point where the pacing gets really bad. I guess for context, it would take me years to catch up. If you really like something, it won't take you years to catch up. It took me about 7 months for me to catch up. But then again, that was in 2019 when I had a lot more free time. Now it probably would take me... Depends on how often I watch it. Like, if you say watch like 2 episodes a night, you know, that's 70 episodes in like, or 60 episodes in a month. I don't know how much you get through it in a year, but if you keep at a steady pace, it won't take you too long. Honestly, One Piece's greatest strength is its length. There's so much... It's funny because it builds into it. It starts off really simple. You would never in your wildest dreams imagine it would become the story would be all these years later. It's really... Oda's like story really evolves over time with how he writes it. Because it starts off kind of what you expect it to be. And you kind of think this is like how it's going to be all the way through. But then you start to realize he's planting the seeds of like everything. Whether that is all... A lot of it he does have in mind. Like, there's a lot of stuff in interviews where he said, I had this in mind, like, this was in, like, 2003, and he actually planned it in, like, he wanted to actually enact that in a story. You know, at some point, like, he has shit planned out years and years in advance. He's a hyper, like, OCD and, like, wants to be perfect on shit. But it's so fucking good. But the thing with it gets to a certain point, and again, I wouldn't even really advocate people really watching the anime. I would actually prefer people reading the manga because you can get through that much faster, and I think you can digest a lot of it quicker than watching the anime, because you can probably go through a manga chapter in like 10 minutes, just, you know, casually reading. Not like breezing through it, but like 10-12 minutes than you would in an actual anime episode that would take 20 minutes. So I think you could probably get through it. At least nowadays, I think getting through the manga is a lot quicker, but that gets more into account. I would just prefer the manga because Oda's art, I don't think it's really hard for the anime to really nail that. How he does emotions is so fucking good. The anime just can't nail it. And again, as someone that has obsessed over the series so much, comparing panels to actual still shots, it's so different. It's definitely different in a lot of ways. And I think to get the true vision of what Oda's creating, I think the manga's the way to go. And I think the anime is good as like secondary. If you want to see like some of these scenes like animated, then that'll be fine. That's fine. I always prefer the manga. I think it's a better way to consume it. I think you can get through it a lot quicker. It's Oda's version of the story, and it's usually, for the most part, better. 95% of the time. But I would kind of say if you really enjoy something a lot, then you can really you'll be able to blitz through more episodes. When I was really getting into Eni's Lobby, I was binging through so much other arcs, Skypiea, Alabasta. Like I blitzed through so much because I was enjoying it so much. But it's just, and the less you know about it, the better. I don't want to spoil like anything, but like I'm just saying, like it's definitely an investment. There's so many people do get turned off because of the length, which is upsetting. It's because they're just missing out on something really fucking special, in my eyes. Because nothing's really quite like it. Like if you're really into like Naruto or Bleach, it's not like that. It's definitely by design very different from it. And for a long time, I was always against it because I just thought it was just too silly. It was always going to remain silly. It's not going to do anything like interesting. I had this really bad impression of it. A lot of it is because of people shitting on it online, not giving it the true, accurate telling, which is part of why I kind of hate online communities. That's like where a big part of it came from. The One Piece, JoJo's a really good one too. I think JoJo's really solid for what it does. I don't really think I've seen the first 5 parts. I haven't seen part 6. I know a good chunk of part 6. I'm looking forward to part 7 just because I heard that's more of like a reset and it's back to basics. Part 6, I keep hearing, again, maybe it's a thing if I watch it, I can change my opinion on it. I just keep hearing so much about part 6 being wild. Like, really, really wild. Because I've heard at the time he was considering ending the series after part 6. But at some point he changed his mind, but it was sort of like he thought this was going to be like the end. So he was just like going fucking like absolutely insane with shit. Like more bizarre than like it normally is. And from shit I've seen, it looked too insane. But again, maybe if I actually watch it, I'll change my mind on it. I just haven't had time to watch new shit. I spend so much time on the Robin series putting that together. I just don't really have time for anything else. I get my free time.
Bring it around and pit this time.
Kind of early for me to have pit strategy now, but let me look here.
One outside. Clear outside.
Yeah, it's frustrating, but I kind of get it. I mean, people are here to watch me play NASCAR. I can't really blame them. They'll be like, switch it on the other foot. If I was really mainly known for One Piece and I just switch over to NASCAR, like no one's gonna watch NASCAR shit. It's just not what they're subscribed for. I get it. It's like going to a store. I don't know. It's like going to a steakhouse and then ordering not steak. I guess you could, but it's not gonna be as popular. So I get it. I'm not gonna blame the viewers for that. It just, I'm kind of at the point now. I don't know. I'd rather just talk what I fucking like talking about. But it is really, yeah, One Piece and JoJo's are very. I honestly think JoJo's style almost borders on too ugly. Because it is very, very inspired, like the first 3 parts by Fist of the North Star. And after learning that, I kind of appreciate it more. And I think the anime helps with the designs a little bit, just because it's more of like the final version of the styles that they went with. Because saying like part 4, like Jotaro and Josuke's designs are like really, really bulky still. But by the end of the part, they're a little more slimmer. So as part 4 was going on, the author kind of made them more and more slimmer. Or maybe that's how Josuke started off. I might be misremembering that, but I know Josuke was like a lot more bulkier, kind of like Jotaro was in part 3. But then as the part goes on, like the style changes to where he's a little more slimmer, and it looks good. Like that's what the anime went with, was like the final version, like the end of the parts designs, which look really good. I think by the time they get to the end of part 4, I think the art, it stops being more Fist of the North Star and starts looking, I think, better looking. And kind of becomes, I think it just looks better visually. I'm gonna take 2 cans, 2 rights. My crew chief's recommending that. I watched all of Steven Universe, so I don't really mind filler. I honestly think when it comes to One Piece and filler, it actually makes shit better. One of the cringiest things, maybe this is me just saying it, but the filler in One Piece is really fun just because I love the crew. I love their banter and interactions. They're one unconventional family, and how they banter off each other I think is really fun and heartwarming, and I can't ever get enough of that banter. So I think the filler is really fun. I think it's worth watching. But that's me, you know. When I was originally watching it the first time through, I skipped it, and I kind of regret it. And I do wish I'd go back and watch the filler, because I love the canon interactions with the group so much that I know I would probably love the filler a lot. So that's coming from someone that generally doesn't like filler. Like, if we're talking about... I'm going to pick the slap with the AI. Hopefully nobody hits me. I'm just going to slow down here. I'm going to speed, though, but... Do you see how fast they're going down Pure Road? I don't know how they're stopping at 50, so that's why I don't have black flags on. Dude, the race is starting. I know, I'm late. I'm sorry. If you want, find anyways. I don't really think Steven Universe really had any filler. It had more, like, slice of life-ish episodes, but there's always, like, a point to it. So I never really thought there was much with, like, I didn't think there was an issue, but... I'm doing good, Albino. Thank you for asking. Yeah, I think the filler in One Piece is... I think... Really, what it becomes a problem is Naruto's filler. Jesus H. Christ. It is... I can't say it's bad, but it's so... much of it. It is... ridiculous. Part 1 had an 86 episode stretch of filler. Just so it can catch... so the manga can catch up. So the manga can build more chapters and like that gap. Shippuden, the second part, I mean, it had 500 episodes, and I swear to God, it feels like 280 of them are filler. There are so much. There was a span from 2014 or 2015, and mind you, by the time we got, I think it was more like 2015. I don't know, it was some year. I think it was 2015. Also, this pit cycle really, really fucked up the field, didn't it? I mean, my lord, it really, really spread out the field. I only took rights. So, I'm curious, did the field just take none? They should be pitting here pretty soon, though. There was a couple that pitted on that one yellow, so I'm assuming there's going to be some stragglers. I'm guessing. You're the type that wants to watch it all. That's fine. That's fine. I'm just... It's just real... Shippuden was really... And usually... I don't know. Sometimes I skip fillers. And sometimes I don't. With Shippuden, for a long time, I didn't really know what was filler and what wasn't as I was watching it. So I just wasn't aware of it. And I thought a good chunk of them were fine. Sometimes it can be fine to have filler. But with Shippuden, it was just... Even One Piece has filler, like filler arcs. But when we got to, like, the final war, it was just aggravating. Because this is one big long arc, and you're cutting it up with filler, flashbacks constantly. In, like, the year of 2015, like, by that point, the manga's already over. So it should realistically be just adapting the manga straight up and just finishing it out. But it just kept going with filler. I mean, it was just, in like 1 year in 2015, there was like 4 canon episodes out of the whole year, and the other 48 or 46, factoring in like holiday breaks or something, but like, the other 46 was filler, and it's just like, holy shit. It gets obnoxious. I'm invested in the main story a little bit, and then you're constantly cutting that away to like filler. It's all in the placement. One Piece's filler generally is placed pretty good. When it gets to like Naruto, it gets really, really bad. And I really hate how it's placed. I hate how much of it is. So there's like 720 episodes, but it feels like 300 is like of filler. It gets kind of ridiculous when it's like 40% of the series is filler at that point. That's where it starts to become a problem. One Piece's filler is like 9% of the series. It's a very small amount in the grand scheme of things. Also, we are very spread out, by the way. What the fuck? What is this stack up? Jesus Christ, what was that? What is going on in front? Who is slowing down? What? Alright, what is happening? What was all of that? That was awful. All of that was just stupid. Why am I 5 seconds back? Did they just take no tires straight up? Just no tires at all? Because clearly some took rights and some took 4. And now I am 5 seconds back with 22 laps to go. Can I make this gap up? I don't know. Kyle Busch is low. I'm glad for Kyle Busch. Chad Fincham said, fuck this field. At least he did that before he left, JC. You're depressed after NASCAR 25, wouldn't let you repair used equipment after swapping out. That I would want to go to sleep too. But yeah, Naruto shipping is freaking filler. Oh my lord. It's just too much. Too much. Bleach is sort of the same way, which is ironic because they're both from the same studio as well, which I guess Studio Period just really likes to pad things out. It should be studio padding. But Bleach has done a good chunk of that too, at least in the original run. I know the newer stuff isn't like that. But it gets too much. Too much fucking filler.
Amazing lap driver.
Hello Jared, thank you for stopping by. Want to watch Naruto? I watched it a long time ago, but I don't remember anything. Yeah, the thing with Naruto is I really enjoy probably all the way up until the Pain arc. All of it's like really good. I enjoy a lot of that. I just don't think it's on One Piece's level in terms of like world building, characters. Some characters in Naruto get close. Like I think Pain is my favorite villain. He's really fucking good. The Pain arc as a whole, at that point the story really feels like the final arc. It's really the arc where, other than maybe a few plot points that probably could be tweaked sooner, could be the end of the series, and it would have been fucking legendary shit. But it just kept going on. The final war kept dragging out. There's some plot points that don't make sense, or just it starts to feel weak, or it starts to... The one thing that bugs me the most is Sakura as a character is so fucking obnoxious. I can't stand her. Especially that she always had the seal from Tsunade, and she, like, it was one of those things where she always had this power but only unlocks it in that particular moment, and then it's like, why could you not do that when Pain was destroying the entire village? That should be like that should be like the last resort to bring that type of power out, because clearly it was really fucking strong, and it would have been a huge help. I hate characters that have like a form or ability that they always had and they don't bring it out until a specific moment. I would rather have it be something like they unlocked it in that type of moment from something than have something where they've always had this form and they don't use it. It's really, really stupid. It would be like, I don't like that. Some of that bugs me. The Naruto Obito shit, Or Naruto saying, oh, Obito wasn't that bad, but guys like Naruto, no. You could talk no jutsu a lot, and I could rationalize some of it, but not with Obito. Please, God, no. Please don't say he's... No. There's some shit in the last arc that bugs me. That I think knocks it down. That, I think the last arc is way too damn long. There's a lot of shit going on. Kaguya Otsutsuki's build-up was not built up much at all. And for that being the final villain compared to Madara is such a letdown. Because Kaguya barely is mentioned. She's mentioned once, and then she gets, like, with One Piece, that's the thing with... Wow. That was all fucked up there. But the thing with One Piece is, like, they build and build and build their characters and their villains. Like, the major ones. Like, the one major villain that we're getting in the story now has been built up and seen multiple times for really years, or at least that's the way it's kind of been shaping up. It builds and builds on shit so much. That's an actual AI spin for the first time. Well, we actually caught up with this main pack, though, so we were good. We made up like 5 seconds, by the way, so that was actually kind of impressive. Plate racing is the definition of too much filler. JC is very right. I agree, JC. 1,424. Yeah. The last, I would say, after Pain, it doesn't really get as good. I think it starts to slip at that point, which, by that point, Naruto was already going for like 400 plus chapters. I think the fact that it even went that good for that long is impressive, but One Piece is like a different breed. It's still going strong. I think it's still good. Still very good. And we're 1,000 chapters in. So I still am amazed by it. But it's funny because I watch Naruto and I watch like One Piece. Like One Piece really, really makes it like hammers this point in like hardcore for a time skip. Naruto doesn't really do that as much. And it's interesting to compare the two. Because in terms of writing, it's just not as close. Again, there's always, and that's one of the Oda's greatest strength is characterization. There is so much fucking layers to shit, so many things to like peel apart, and some of it's like side characters. They are like main characters, and they're given like a lot of nuance. For 1,000 chapters, there's a lot of fucking things going on. Like even in this I haven't seen the most recent flashback, but I know there's a lot of fucking shit going on with it. So there's always something. So yeah, it gives me chills fucking thinking about it because there's so much planning. And it when you first watch it, it doesn't really seem like that. It's one of those things, it gradually builds on that. It gradually kind of pulls you in. And it gradually starts to expand on things, and it over time starts to really layer things. Until you step back and realize like, oh my fucking lord, this is massive. You don't really realize it when you're watching it. It starts off really, really simple. You never imagine it would be the story it is now. A lot of that I think is just because Oda's evolved as a writer over time. And it's gotten more complex with its villains and shit, because even the villains were pretty simple. It's really, honestly, not until, I think, Alabasta where I think the villains start getting more and more, like, interesting. And it's really with Bon Clay and Robin, because Robin starts off, like, it's almost surreal how she starts off, how she's portrayed. You never imagine, like, the arc she would go on, or what she's setting up. Like, Nami's really the first one that you get, like, especially her arc is really the first one you get to realize, like, oh, this is the first, like, long-form arc. Robin's is just like, yeah, we're gonna, like, triple, quadruple that length, and make it more mysterious, and make it more hitting, more emotional. It's wild. It's really like the first big like character mystery of like, you know, what is she all about? Why is she the person we see today? Type of shit. And it's even to this day, it's still there's certain characters' arcs echo hers a lot, which really shows like honestly, it's pretty fucking legendary in that spit. There's a lot of fucking things with it. So I can't wait to actually talk about it someday. First episode reveals, later shit later. Yeah. Yeah, One Piece does exactly that. You would never imagine it, but it technically does.
We're out front, driver. Clear high.
That's the thing. Like, it's one of those things you don't think about. That it's like, oh, that's going to get recontextualized later, or oh, that's setting up for something. Lines of dialogue will have context that you wouldn't ever imagine. There's so much of it. It's really all over the place, and you're not even thinking about it. And it's very special. It really is unlike really any show I've seen with the level of recontextualization, planning I've ever really seen in a show. I would say it's like Lord of the Rings caliber, but I would even say it's better than that. I've seen Lord of the Rings, and that's a kind of like a really good story. But in terms of like what is being done, I don't think it's ever going to be matched. No show is going to make a character arc span for like 7 arcs, dropping little hints and clues of like their past or their context, or like, oh, they made this one random off comment that seems kind of pointless or just a random thing. But then you realize, oh, okay, that's how they know about that, because they've had experience with this before. So like, there's constant things with that all over. And I know I'm hyping it up, but it's fucking true. There's a lot of that. Also, you also have to be kind of aware of just the designs are very silly looking, and I think that can definitely turn people off, because Naruto and Bleach designs are more of the, they look cool, badass looking. Sometimes One Piece doesn't always do that. It certainly can, but Oda's always kind of gone with the, I'm going to make things feel like a Looney Tunes, which, oh, we got Light Race Yellow. That kind of throws things all over the place, doesn't it? Alright. We're good on fuel, good on laps. But we see Raja's like 14 going to the last race of this race. That's good for Raja. Can you imagine he makes it to the Final Four and Corey Haim doesn't? Well, yeah, I guess he's going to make it. Raja to the Final Four, I never would even think that's a possibility. I'll never watch it. Maybe not the... Oh, God, please, no. Not the live action. I've seen a couple episodes live action. It does not do the series justice. I think if you're watching the live action and it encourages you to read the manga, that's good. I would never recommend the live action as like a supplement or a permanent replacement of the actual like manga itself. It does not do it justice. It doesn't do really much of anything justice. And if the live action people are okay with it, then that kind of tells you like how good the fucking story is. Like what they actually like. I would not recommend the live action at all. Especially after hearing what they've done to Nami's arc, which is really the series turning point of this. It was the big turning point for me. Like, this is what like the stories they could tell. Like, this is how they can build up to it. What the crew can mean to a character. How much it impacts stuff. It's really the first big turning point that you realize, like, oh, this is why she became the person we see today, and the attitude that she had earlier on, there's like a reason for it, or there's some kind of justification for it. And it really hits you because it was planning all that right from the start. It's really the series' first instance of building up a character. And that's kind of what I realized in that moment, like this is something very, very special, because it built on that. Even up to that point, even usually how most shows would go, and maybe not most shows would go, usually the pattern for One Piece up to that point, it kind of broke the mold in a lot of ways. Robin's is the same way too, in different ways too, with it, where it would build up on those arcs and start planting the seeds and start expanding it. Usually in the story up to that point, you get introduced to a character at that very same arc, you get pretty much the bulk of their backstory, and that's it. It's fine, it's totally fine, but what makes it special is it's built up over time. I think those hit way more than just introducing a character, finishing all their arc in just like one story. This is like spread out over multiple arcs. And I don't think most shows have the balls to do that. for that long. Not just like, okay, for like years. Like Nami's is for a couple of years. Robin's is like multiple years. So even in recent times, it's been doing that even more. So like it's wild. Also, we're almost at the end of the race, by the way. I know I'm not talking about it, but I should probably talk about the end of the race. We got 3 laps to go. We're leading. I hope I know I was not making this very hype at all for the race. But I mean we actually got a good chunk of damage on the front from that checkup that was going on under that green flag cycle.
Stay low.
So we got 3 to go. I'm trying my best here. We just need to lose. I mean, we got Josh Balucki up here leading. That's definitely not going to happen in real life.
Stay low.
We just need to like lose the lead and then get the lead back on like the last lap on the back straightaway or something, and then we'll have enough. I mean, they're not really doing much. I mean, our car is damaged, by the way. It's got 5% damage. There we go. Got Riley Herbst going to the lead. That's freaking ugly. I don't want him winning. His car is like reminds me of a 7-Up car at this point. There we go. We're gonna lose the lead. That's fine. We just need to get the freaking Alex Bowman's up here. Turquoise Hawk is gonna go freaking nuclear seeing that. Denny Hamlin pushing me. That's wholesome.
2 to go. Hold your line.
I try to
3 wide. Car high.
get the lead back here. Hopefully we'll lose it one more time. Then I can get the push from someone behind. It's like the NASCAR rivals logic. That's how I have to kind of play this. Like
We lost the lead. Let's get it back.
Bowman's up here. This is like adorable. Turquoise Hawk and me battling for the win. What are the odds of that? That's wholesome as all hell. I mean, this isn't really good Hamlin pushing me here, but because we're gonna get too big of a lead, I don't know if that's gonna screw shit up here. I'm just gonna stay committed to the bottom because I know if I lose the lead here, I can get pushed from behind. That's at least the plan. And if we can get the lead off like turn 2 or something, that's gonna be pretty good. I don't know what they're doing behind me. Like, look at how far they're up they are. I don't know, but anyways, white flag's out. We just need a push from someone. That wasn't enough, Herbst. That was kind of a baby push. I definitely need more than that. But we just need to get. I mean, this is actually kind of perfect. I do want to get the lead in the back straight away. Please give me a push. Thank you. Thank you. That should be enough. All right, let's. He's gonna keep pushing me for a little bit, and then we'll be good. So this was perfect. That was just as I strategized. That's not a word, but you know we're good. And there's really not much blocking to do to be had. So that might be all she wrote. With the damaged car, by the way. Just a little bit of blocking there. Block the bottom here. A little bit of blocking, but nothing too severe. And that's going to be a nice, casual, comfortable dub.
Winner, chicken dinner.
There we go. Dab. Alright. That was simple enough. Stage 2 got stupid, but you know, wipe our hands clean with that. It was pretty simple enough. I missed a chunk of the race, though, unfortunately. But, you know, it's Talladega. You know, much of the race don't matter. 2 hours and 32 minutes. Not bad. Atlanta was like 2 hours and 14, so that was like an extra 18 minutes there. And apparently, if we're not basing off me winning, then Cole Custer is predetermined to win. Sure, Austin Cindric's up there. That's actually kind of makes sense. And Kyle Busch, after being a lap down earlier in this race, gets 14th, so that's good. You won, congrats. Thank you, Evan Pittman. I appreciate you. And this is the rest of the running order. Everybody's on lead lap. Daniel Suarez last. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I agree, JC. I want a chicken dinner at Popeyes. Can you order me Popeyes? Can you watch One Piece if you order me food? We're watching football and the stream here. That's funny. What was this other thing? I think they might be trying to make One Piece more appealing to general audience. But in that, it may lose some. And what made it special in these new versions of the story. Yeah, the titles for season 2, they're like all movie references, and it's so goddamn cringe. I hate it. They're like trying to reference movie titles, and it's like One Piece doesn't do that ever. It's so not like what the series. I don't like that. That's stupid. The titles shit, but well, also they fundamentally changed Luffy's character. Luffy's kind of a character that is so confident in his abilities. And then in Arlong Park, like in the actual arc itself, he's confident that he can beat the main villain. He's like, I can beat you. And then in the live action, he's just like, I don't know if I can beat you. And it's like, that's not Luffy. That's not Luffy. That's fundamentally not Luffy. Luffy's a character that is overconfident, to a fault at points, but very confident in his abilities. Especially after watching Nami be so... Like, after experiencing everything Nami has experienced in that arc, it's so badass to see him be so confident. Because he's like, I don't know if I can beat you, but I can beat this room up. And it's like, no, that's not it at all. He beats the room up for a completely different reason. Not because he can beat the room. It's bullshit. I hate how they do her arc. I hate all of that. The live action is not how you consume it. How you consume it, get the manga. And freaking read it, because it's so much better. Actual version of the story. I know Oda had a hand in some of it with like probably the sets and designs, but like they spend out on. It's just not how I would want to consume the media. I would encourage people just to read the manga itself. It's so much better. But if I spent every last dime I had like a month ago on that thing I sent a picture of last week, I'm in no position to DoorDash it myself. It's an endless spin.
If this finishing order is true IRL, Logano might be able to point his way into the Final Four.
Ew, I don't want Logano to make the Final Four. But thank you, Jordan Clark, for the 3. I appreciate that. I'm in no position to DoorDash you myself into an endless pit of anime. JC, it is freaking worth it. Maybe not the DoorDash part, but I'm gonna freaking get Popeyes out of spite now, just so you can watch it. So I tell you, I know I'm saying it's got a lot of lore, but it builds into it. It doesn't throw you into the freaking beehive right away. It gradually puts you into it, and I think it does that in the best way possible. And I think it did a good job with that. JC's just scared. He's just scared to experience peak. And he's scared of DoorDash food. That'd be fucked up, though. I guess that doesn't really part of the original rule set, so I can't really say the DoorDash logic's gonna god do it. What if's food review? Oh my god. That's gonna... I never done a food... I don't like being on camera eating anymore. It's gross. I think it's gross. I think looking at people eating is gross. I don't even like watching... I'm upset. But that's the... I guess I got to at some point. I don't know when I'm going to do it. But I will have to at some point. That's our top... Josh Belucki got a top 10, by the way. That's wacky. Martin Truex Jr. just was non-existent in this race. Which is weird, because he's in the Jack Link's Beef Jerky 500 one, but not for the second Talladega one, which is interesting. I don't know how they do that. Unless it's just... He was just lucky enough to be in that one, and he's normally not. Maybe that's a thing, too. I don't know. He was just unlucky. I liked it when you ate Kamikaze's cake. Don't... That cake has been recontextualized as another word for ass. So I don't like that word. It should be birthday cake, parentheses, food. The food. Well, I'm glad to hear that the food he sent was good though. Shockingly, considering it was mailed. I don't know what it was gonna taste like, and it was apparently keto, which I guess now I know I like keto cake. So that's interesting. But yeah, my concern is with Larson and Hellman making. If they both make it, one of them will be gifted the title, and everyone will hate it. Yeah. You ate some birthday gyat. Stop, JC. That's too freaking hip lingo of a word. I can't handle such lingo. You need to be talking about the Skibidi Toilet No Cap Rizzler. How about that? How about some... I'll give you some fucking cringe. Well, that was Talladega. That was simple enough. We're right at the 3-hour mark. Perfect. We can end the stream like at 3 hours. Like, oh, wait, I gotta test Vegas. Or Phoenix. the restarts at Phoenix. Just to see with the settings here so I can test it out. I'll do a couple laps here just to see. This isn't a 100% race with that or anything. This is just a test. I want to see what the restarts are going to be like. So I'm going to qualify. Actually, I shouldn't even put it at 105 for Phoenix because 105 is going to be too damn hard. Thank God this game loads fast because I could just back in and out so fast. I could barely take a drink and the loading screen's already done. Let's go 102. So we'll try this out. I'm going to test. I want to see what the restart's like with this controller settings and see if that fixes it. And I almost said Disco Dragon. That's not her name. Ultimate Dragon. I'm gonna freaking think of what am I thinking of? I kind of want a Larson L. I want a Hamlin championship just for the chaos factor. So I'm rooting for that. Actually, I'm gonna make my car. Actually, it's 25% tight. And in the live stream, it was really. I don't know, it really wasn't comfortable, so I don't know. We're gonna see what it feels like here. The ARCA cars felt really good around here. Maybe because it has less power. Maybe that's probably part of it. Yeah, it still drives the same awkward, tight in, loose off feeling. I don't like how it just drives in general. This corner is such a long, sweeping corner. You underestimate how much you have to slow up in it. That kind of throws me off a bit. I just want to see what the restarts are going to be like. So if we start somewhere 20th or something, it'll give us a kind of a good gauge. 23rd, okay, that's kind of what I expected. We're going to see what this starts like. He's Hendrick's new baby, simple as that. Yeah. I'm just scared what JC's going to do. Spending all that money on the thing he did.
Time to go. Good luck out there.
Could just gotten freaking. Could have gotten like a ring pop. those ones you lick or something, or just food. That would have been that would have been better. No. All right, I fucked up the start. Let's actually pants on fully here. We gotta focus. Let's see if we're gonna get another really like bad start. It still kind of happened. I didn't really lose. I lost like one spot. I mean, I still lost time though. I don't know if the settings really helped. Didn't really feel like it. I wonder what settings I need to make this car so I can get around the track and not have it slide and be like all over the place. So I do know in the long run the car gets pretty good. But it just takes so long for that to happen. Just like 3/4 of the run is just terrible. So I don't know. This is just bonus race. I'm just kind of trying to figure it out.
Stay low. Car outside.
Maybe I need to try it at like 50% or something. Maybe that would make it better. I don't know. That was a NASCAR PS2 restart. I agree, JC 1424. I agree. Let's go to 50. See what that does. I'm amazed I even need to make it that freaking tight. Just so it doesn't get so loose on the throttle. Especially with how fast they are on the short run. Yeah, they still gain on me. I don't know if it's as bad, but they still gain a lot of time. Like, that's still, what, 3 spots lost on the start?
Clear up top. One up high.
I wonder if automatic gears would be better. that possible? Like, would automatic be better? That wouldn't make sense to me. But where do I switch it to automatic again? Gameplay. Where do I don't... Might as well just like figure it out here. Advanced controls. No. Do I have to back out the whole thing just to get that? Because I don't see anything with... I think it's under gameplay, but I don't think it's under this menu. Maybe I have to back out the whole thing. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know, but I want to see. I mean, I might as well figure that out now. I mean, that would be really nonsensical if automatic is better than manual. It'd be really stupid, because usually manual, you do better. I've been doing career mode at 100, and I don't know how you would win a championship on a 102. I can barely win lengthy races on 100%. Yeah, certain tracks you can get away with running like 102 and be competitive. Other ones you can't. So I feel like 100's probably good. I just worry that the long runs were going to be way, way too fast. So that's why I put it at 102. Maybe for 100 at Phoenix would probably be fine. Let's look at the settings again here. It's under gameplay, right? Yeah, it's under gameplay, so you have to go back to it. So let's go to automatic here. But I just want to see. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll find out here. Not practice. I don't need practice. I fat fingered that one. Let's back out of that. Yeah, let's just qualify. So we qualified 23rd in that first attempt. We did make the car a bit tighter, so maybe that'll help it not be as slippery. I honestly, with this game, I think 100, for the most part, would be pretty good. There's certain tracks like Kansas where 105, like, it's too easy even. It's crazy, the difficulty spike from track to track sometimes. Road courses, you need it at like 95 sometimes. And then other ones, like 100's perfect, then 100's like really like Kansas is like unnaturally easy. I feel like you need tracks where you just absolutely blitz the field to have a shot. Especially with how good the AI are. Like, William Sawalich is really good, even though it probably should be Brendan Queen being really fast because he's the champion. He definitely should be like probably better, but maybe Sawalich's average finish is better in the races he's ran compared to Brendan Queen. That's like the difference or something. Yeah, see, look at that, up 2 points. We went from 23rd to 11th. Maybe my lap times are better here. I don't know. All right, all right. Here we go. We're gonna make JC's logical point sound nonsensical. Well, my point. Oh, well, my point. It doesn't even matter if you're simply competitive because William Sawalich or Brendan Queen finished top 3 every race. LOL. That's JC. I don't know why I made him sound like an ass for no reason at all. Because he made a very valid point. But yeah, they run so... Even, I'm assuming Corey Hyman, Zilich are the same. William Byron might be the same. I genuinely don't know how you're going to win a championship. Even in my career mode, it's kind of turning into that, as you will eventually see. So now that we have that automatic, we'll see if that's going to affect anything. See, it shifted right at the rev limiter. So I don't really think I'm doing anything wrong. That was actually a good start. You mean to tell me automatic's better than manual? What type of sense does that make? Usually it's always manual, you get a little more out of, like... So it doesn't matter. That was actually a good start. It punishes you. No. I think I disagree. I think I disagree with that. I mean, maybe the difficulty could play into that too. But usually on the starts, you always get just... You always suck. I don't know. We're going to be fair. We're going to be very fair to this game. We're going to keep it exactly what I want to, exactly the same settings, and we're going to really, really see if that is a thing. finished 15 seconds back in a 10-lap race. I don't know why I'm making JC sound like that. I'm going to keep everything even Steven, even McQueven, and keep it at 102. And we're going to see if this start had any effect on that. We're going to see if automatic gears are just better. I feel like that's a problem. I feel like you should be getting better speed on being on manual. And again, when I'm shifting, again, maybe it affects me that I don't hear it because I don't have the thing connected. So actually, let me fucking do that. Hold on. Where's... Okay, Elgato. Okay, let's... Fuck it. We're gonna... Because I always think if I have this plugged in, your guys are gonna lose game audio. So I don't know if that's actually the case or not. We're gonna fucking find out. Can I hear the... Can I hear it? Is it audio spiking up? Do I lose Elgato audio if I freaking plug this in? Yeah. Yeah, I don't hear anything when it comes to this. So this is why I never do it. Because everybody loses audio. Now you don't hear anything. The fuck is that? Even I don't hear anything. This doesn't help anybody out. So, yeah, I don't... Why am I cursed to not have audio? This is why I'm so good. There, now it's back. Why? Why am I cursed to not have audio? Like, that I can actually physically hear unless it's on PC. I don't really know and I don't really understand. I downshifted thinking... I'm still thinking I'm shifting. I'm just sort of amazed, like, is automatic gears, like, the whole issue? Was I the problem? I don't really think I was ever shifting that wrong. Or that badly or anything. To lose that amount of time every... If that's the... Then I guess I'll have to switch to automatic, and it's stupid. I really, really shouldn't have to do that. I wish I got better through that last corner, though, but... So we were like, what, 11th on that one? On 100? 17th. Okay. So we'll see at the start the difficulty affected the start of that. Just to really find out. I really shouldn't have adjusted the difficulty to start. We should have just kept everything even and just switched that. Then we would know. I had issues with the sound cutting out from the entire game. The only way to fix it is to restart the game. I've heard of that. I've heard of that being a thing. But I thought that was... Well, I thought it was more or less just my capture card fucking up at first. So I don't really know. The top 3 made up all but 1 win in my ARCA season. Good lord. We're going to see, because before we were losing like 3 spots on the start. So we started 17th. We're not even going to cut the dog leg. We're going to keep this very even. Yeah, we're right there with the field. Absolutely no issues. We kept up with them. No problems. That is absolutely insane. That's a thing. That automatic gears is better than manual for the starts. I kind of don't like that. I really feel like manual should be like, not that you get like a jump on the field, but you should be equal with them. Because when I'm shifting, I'm hitting the rev limiter. Like when I'm shifting, the automatic's doing the same exact thing. So I thought maybe I'm shifting wrong, but it's shifting in about the spots I would normally shift in. So I can't imagine that's the difference. I don't know. I can't make sense of it, but apparently automatic is just better. That's kind of disappointing, honestly, because I always like shifting myself.
Still there.
It should be down to 3rd. Ew.
One outside.
That's the thing, Mr. JC 1424.
Clear up top.
In the Heat games, and even in, I guess, more specifically the Heat games, you would always get a better launch on the starts being on manual. For whatever the reason. So I was used to that. But I don't like that. I want my freaking manual gear advantage. And if being on manual, it should reward you for being on manual to be like faster. I don't know. I just would... But if it affects you on the starts, then I guess I have to switch to automatic then. It's really interesting to learn that, though. Like, that's, like, a difference. Like a very big difference visually. This is gonna really... I'm disappointed in that, because I really feel like manual should be faster. You should be rewarded for, being on manual gears. Or at least, at the very least, be the same exact thing. There shouldn't be any difference. So, that is quite unfortunate. I gotta practice some of these races for, like, tomorrow's stream when I do, like, the 25% races, so I know what to expect in them. Like, Phoenix, now that I've played this game more for, like, another week, I feel like, especially upping the tightness factor, I think will be pretty good for the fall race. Like, when we get to the actual Championship 4, I'm assuming we'll get to the Championship 4.
Stay low. All clear.
If I keep it at 100, then we'll definitely have a race-winning car.
Clear.
I would call this a bug. I guess so. And it should be a very easy fix just because you can replicate it really everywhere except for really the plate tracks in Indy. It's not a problem. So honestly, JC 1424, I agree. I do think it must be some kind of bug because Daytona and Talladega, I don't have that issue. Indianapolis, I don't really have that issue. So I think and it should be very patchable just because when you're coding a game and creating it, and especially patching it, when you're testing these patches or bugs, you need to replicate it over and over and over again so you can fix it. This is an issue that happens everywhere, so this should be fixable. So I'm hoping this could be patched some way, so you're not being penalized for being on automatic gears and hurting you on the starts. There's no reason it shouldn't, because I'm definitely not, screwing up on the starts. To the point where I'm losing, 3 positions on track from it, or 4. But yeah, Phoenix is very fun to drive. I know I should be watching the race and being excited, but it's fucking Talladega.
Clear outside.
80% of that race doesn't even matter. Unless you want to care about, like, the last lap of the stage to know where the points are, but, like, that's 2 laps out of 170 that, like, matter.
Clear high if you want it.
Then really, like, the last 20 mattered. Really, much of that race really is like Naruto filler. You said automatic. Did I screw up again? I'm so sorry, JC 1424. Is that bugging you yet? I'm saying the whole name out loud. I'm sure that's really bugging you. JC 1420. You need to update your thing so you have more numbers. So it could be like JC 1,004,400,000, 224,000, and 200. I gotta do that. You need to make more numbers in your profile so I can say them out loud.
Clear outside. Inside. Clear low. Clear high.
Yeah, now that I have this thing on 50% tight, it drives kind of what I think it should. It's a lot better. Now if I have it down to 100, then I'll be even, like, faster. So. It's honestly really good. And this, unfortunately, that the timing of that super chat, like, completely threw me off last week, so I looked at it. And then I spun, and like, everybody was a lap down. I never had a shot. So when we come back here again, in like 2 more months, 3 more months, however long that's going to take, I should be running much better.
One bottom. Clear low.
I'm surprised it downshifts me in a third in 3 and 4. As much as it does. I never really thought to do that. Probably because the car would want to spin out so much that I was sort of afraid to really make it wheel spin more in a lower gear.
Stay high.
The AI running 27.9s. We are still off their times here.
One low.
So I still think probably switching it to 100 probably be best. Most tracks seem, well, not all tracks, but like a good chunk of them seem to have a pattern of running 100 seems to be
Clear all clear.
like the best.
Clear all
Again, need to get out that What If Racing handy dandy official notebook guide of difficulty slider for NASCAR 25 video game.
Outside door. Clear up
But
top. Car low.
look at this battle we're having with Carson Hocevar. Where's Jordan Clark? We're actually having like a good battle here. We're struggling. This is what he likes. He likes the Rania aspect of a NASCAR game. That's a freaking... It's a hell of a reference right there.
Clear.
It's not appropriate for this freaking website.
Car outside.
Yeah, if I had it at like 100, I'd be running a little bit better. That, and it seems like it takes a long time for the AI to really like start to fall off.
Stay
And
low.
by the time they start falling off,
All clear. Outside.
the stage is gonna be like almost over. So, yeah, we're just not really
Hold your line.
that good.
Clear up top.
Our left should be burning up a lot, right? Yeah, it should be. This isn't a 100% simulator. I just kind of enjoy playing this game, so I'm like wasting time here. I'm kind of curious. Their lap times are so much faster in it. Like half a second is just insane. I just wish their fall off wasn't as insane too. If we were all relatively equal, like whatever pace I was having at like 100,
Clear low if you want it.
I wish they fell off the same way as me. I guess I can mess with that with the tire sliders. I don't know how much to actually adjust it though, but I kind of like I have an advantage on the long run a little bit because I'm not really... I don't know. This seems to be like... I think 100 is probably good. I should have kept it at 100.
Flip the switch. Time to go.
Yeah, we're done. I'd probably keep streaming another like 2 hours if I wanted to, but I don't want to miss the Talladega race. Clayville's not gonna allow him to be in his friend circle if I get too late into the race. So I don't want to miss out on that. But I don't think I have much else to look at here. So I'm gonna get going. Social media responses are insane. You bump into somebody and they respond to you by saying like would slaughter a family of Combs. Yeah, it's wild. I don't know. It's really... They're really freaking mean. Imagine like a child playing this game and seeing those messages. They might cry. I don't know. I'm thinking of the children. I don't know. But they're really like over the top with how dramatic they are. Is that realistic? I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know. But we're going to get out of here. Can I change my thing to red? Like anything? I want a different color. It's giving me just all different... It used to have different colors. Not just... This doesn't help. I have... These buttons do the same. These buttons do the same. Off and on... Well, okay, they do the same. They used to be in different colors. Where did this go? I used to have different colors. I'm upset. Kichi found out that one said they were pissed off. That's a thing? Oh my god, I can't wait for that. I hope that's a thing. I really hope this game needs to have like a rated T for T. I know it's like stupid, but like I want drivers to like curse at me like efficiently. This used to give me different... Oh, unless maybe it's the power button. I didn't think the power button would do that. Would the power button change that? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It used to give me different colors. Are you freaking kidding me? It doesn't give me different colors. I want different colors. That is so fucking bright. Oh my god. I'm upset. My light doesn't do different colors anymore. When did this happen? I'm upset. I really thought it was different colors. Alright. I'm gonna get going. I need to get my frickin' outro music here situated. I didn't even get that far. Right. Yeah. My microwave's at 15, JC, just so you know. I had popcorn. I stopped it at 15 like a week ago. I'm a bad boy for that. So yeah, thank you to people that did super chats during the stream. I really appreciate it. Jordan Clark, Smooth with a couple there. Disco Inferno with a couple. I really appreciate you guys doing that. It goes a long ways. It means a lot. So I really appreciate that. It's really cool. I really appreciate it. So I'm gonna get going. Enjoy Talladega race. I'm gonna watch it with Clable and friends. So if you want to hear me more, I'll be over on Clable's stream, I guess. Or I guess in his chat or something, so. If you want to lurk in there, I don't know why this means lurking, but if you want to be in there for that, then, or want more of my voice, I'll be over there, so. My frickin' nose. Better not be getting a frickin' cold. Find that popcorn bag and finish microwaving. It's out in the frickin' garbage somewhere. I can't eat it, JC. I don't know what to tell you. But I'm gonna get going. Bye, chat. We'll see you all maybe tomorrow. My stream, 25% races. I gotta practice. I'm gonna try to practice so I know what to expect going into the championship mode thing. So, what's the next race for that in championship mode so I can anticipate like what the hell to expect? Oh, it's Vegas. Okay, I'll be familiar with that. And then Homestead, which I remember racing there before. Martinsville and Darlington are the only two new ones I need to like race at. Knowing that I can have it at 100, that would probably be good enough, I think. So, now that I know like 100 is going to be good. No, don't eat it. Just finish what you started like a real pirate. Okay. I don't have the popcorn, JC. It's in a different garbage bag out in a freaking landfill somewhere. What do you want me to do? You want me to like vlog that? Go to like try to find that garbage bag? I mean, that'd be kind of a fun video. Be kind of a fun video. But I don't know why. This is like the Nico Robin. Actually, you know what? Really freaking cool. My tattoo. Because this was the idea when I had it like under the arms. So can I do the Robin pose? Because I wanted Robin to show on. So I can do the pose, I can see it. So when I get one like on this one someday, I can. Yeah, so, peace. I'm gonna stop. Ow. Okay, I'm done. Put the landfill in the microwave. Yeah, JC out. But the microwave still works. It's not on fire anymore. It works as it should. But yeah, I'm gonna go. Bye, chat. Enjoy Sonic 3 end credits, which is basically Stranger in Moscow before it became Stranger in Moscow. Fun fact. Yes, Michael Jackson worked on Sonic 3, but wasn't credited for it. So, there's your fun fact. That's why I use it. So, yeah. If you like Sonic 3's music so much, you can thank Michael Jackson for part of that, so. That's pretty fucking badass. I don't know why. I don't think he got credit because of the allegations that started. But also, I don't think he was super thrilled with how it sounded. Again, with him being such a perfectionist, I'm not shocked. But, yeah, there's your wild fun fact. It's fucking awesome, honestly. There's elements from, like, Jam in some of the songs. It's really fucking cool. So, I don't know. I'm gonna go. I want to watch Clable. Platonically. Bye. No. Why did it start mid-song? No. I don't like that. Okay, now we're good. Okay, bye.